record the intro real quick?
Sure. Intro.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, da. Me. What is that?
That's Super Mario.
Wow. Did I really not know what that
Yeah,
was?
I was like, why did you ask that question? Super
I'm
Mario.
telling you, man, my memory is going much faster than I was worried that it would. Like,
Yeah, no, I do
when we were going through that list of NFL players earlier, I was upset about how many
you
players
couldn't
I
think of
couldn't
anything.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Dude, you're getting old. I hate that all the time. I go, man, I can't remember shit.
That sucks. Oh, I didn't even get to tell you. I listened to a podcast that really opened me up to, like, I've been trying to get on this, been trying to nail this
Ketogenic diet?
Ketogenic diet. Thank you. Holy shit. I listened to a podcast that told me, basically schooled me on the fact that I was doing it completely wrong, essentially. The last 2 days I've been doing much better. In the past just about 72 hours, I've had in total 45 grams of carbohydrates.
Mm.
So, like, one Mountain Dew is 77 grams, for instance. Yeah. And
I had a Mountain Dew today.
I feel great.
What did I eat today?
I've had less than 2,000 calories for sure each day.
All I had was pasta today. Because I have no other food.
So not keto, bro.
I know. But I have in my fridge water, Monster, Gatorade, one apple, condiments. I think the eggs are bad. The eggs have been in there for a while. Probably bad by now.
Yeah, so
that's it.
Just a fridge full of sugar.
There's nothing in exactly because I need to go to the grocery store tomorrow.
Get it done.
All I had left to eat was oatmeal, pasta, and some Alfredo sauce.
Get some eggs, some butter, some spinach, some fucking steak. Be good to go.
Yeah, but I didn't have
vegetables,
any food.
beets. Beets.
I don't like beets.
Love beets.
Not good at beets. But yeah, all right. That's the intro. Done.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah.
Got
okay. So
roll into it.
Roll. What?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right. 24 just finished up.
Yes.
Had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be bringing the positivity we've decided.
Positivity.
We will be your source for uplifting stories.
Yes.
Because the internet is such a goddamn dark place.
Full of hatred.
Yes. We're so tired of it.
Stupidness.
So, yeah, we've got one more episode till the big fight.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be number 25. So 26 will be on August 26th.
August 26th, number 26. Awesome.
That works out pretty well.
26.
Sounds like a plan. What's Next Pod? Gmail, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We are going to live stream on Twitch during the McGregor-Mayweather fight. Make sure you get those names in the correct order when you talk about that fight.
Yeah. Bitches.
And winner first. The guy who doesn't matter second. He seriously means nothing in this fight. Conor McGregor is the entire draw to this fight.
He is.
Like,
no. Maybe there's a draw to watch him get his ass beat.
That's true.
Everyone is praying for him to get knocked the fuck out.
That's true. All except for like 6 people in Brooklyn or something. Okay, so that's all we got. Number 24.
See you later.
You'll do what I say when I say way. Hey, partner, you got a problem? Hey, partner.
Quit saying, hey, partner.
I'm not saying partner. I'm saying partner. It's like Gardner with a P. That's how you got to say it. Partner.
Gardner.
Partner. Perfect. You got it down.
Yeah.
You got a problem? And that's like saying problem. Like prowl. You got a problem?
Problem. Willem Dafoe.
What?
Willem Dafoe.
Oh.
From the episode How Much Mother. Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
Sounds like a frog and a parrot. Willem.
That is the second How I Met Your Mother reference you've made that I
really
don't remember. And here's the I'm watching back through season 2 right now. I don't remember most of season 2.
Really?
I've watched a number of episodes where I'm like, I literally don't think I've ever seen this episode somehow.
No, you probably seen it. You just forgot about it.
Well,
No, that's whenever they go to the Smoot house, where there's the fancy party.
Yeah.
Robin's not with the group anymore because Ted and Barney getting drunk, and when she's dating, what's his name, the rabbit or a duck, Donald.
yeah, Don.
Don, yeah,
the newscaster guy.
Yeah,
That's like season 5-ish.
I don't know. So
I
yeah,
think that's right.
that's what that's from.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's too much content right now. We started The Handmaid's Tale, gave up.
Really?
It's terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I didn't read the book. She hated it because she read the book, and it's way worse. Like, it doesn't follow the book very well at all, and so that's always a struggle when you're the book reader. But I didn't like it in general. Started The Sinner. That's awesome.
The Sinner?
That new Jessica Biel show on USA.
Nope.
Yeah,
But
it's good.
I mean, Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel. In the first episode, you get to see her butt a couple times.
Yes.
So win.
I'm sorry,
win.
my favorite scene in
Chuck
any
and
movie.
Larry.
Exactly.
Oh my Lord.
That jiggle. You're
Dude.
Like, oh.
Like, okay, so you got to rank, if you were going to have to rank, like, memorable smoking hot scenes, I think that's number one, right? Jessica Simpson in the pink bikini in Dukes of Hazzard.
I was gonna say, okay, and then Jessica Alba in Deep Blue when she's swimming.
See, I don't find Jessica Alba that
That
attractive.
ass? When she's swimming in the ocean, and you just see just her legs again, that ass
But
is...
Jessica Biel has a much lesser known other scene. I mean, people have seen the cut outtakes from Powder Blue. Those are fine. But she did this terrible fucking movie with Jamie Foxx called Stealth, where the stealth fighter that's AI turns rogue.
The plane.
There's a really good bikini scene of her in that movie.
Oh, really?
I watched it on a plane, and I was like looking around like, I hope I don't get a fucking boner in front of all these strangers.
I mean, I remember, I think I've seen Stealth, but I don't remember that. It's been a long time. Like, I probably saw it once.
Yeah, it's
like on,
horrendous.
like on, maybe even on TV. Like
Probably. Yeah, that would make sense.
Like on TBS or USA.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, other just scenes. I mean, Britney Spears in that, I don't even know the name of the fucking movie, where I think she's going to take a guy's virginity or something like that. There's some, like, C movie, basically, that she was in at some point, but she's in a bra and panties, like, in her prime.
IMDb Britney Spears real quick just to see.
Yeah. Man, I mean, obviously, we've had some amazing... Shannon Elizabeth, American Pie, that was pretty legendary.
Selma Hayek and Dust Till Dawn.
See, Selma Hayek doesn't, like, she's not way up there for me. I think
But that ass and titties, come on.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. That's all I'm appreciating here. I'm not talking about, like my top 10 women that are beautiful.
Well,
it's more like, I appreciate that ass and titties.
Well, then we got to go Alexandra Daddario and True Detective.
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell. That's impressive. Yeah, there are a number of memorable, but I think that Jessica Biel one, man, like that's, especially because the time that movie came out, I think it was our like late teens, early 20s, man. That was. Has anybody ever looked that good ever? Besides Nina Ogdal, of course, who looks better than everybody ever. Oh, Megan Fox in This Is 40. When she has Leslie Mann feeling on her boobs.
It's been a while. I haven't seen.
Oh, dude.
I think I've seen that once as well.
You don't need to watch the video. Just find a
just
GIF of it.
There's what's her name? Shit. What is her name?
Phoebe Cates.
Kate Beckinsale.
In everything.
Yeah. Well, like specifically the vampire movies she's in.
Underworld.
And when she's wearing that tight leather.
Yeah.
Man.
I've got a thing for Mila Jovovich.
So
Resident Evil movies do it for me. The thing is, though, if you've seen, Mila Jovovich has done a couple movies where she's actually been fully nude. I don't like her nipples. Freak me out.
Are they big? Or are they tiny?
They're super long, like a solid inch probably.
Oh, she got super long nipples.
Yeah, she's in a movie called 45 where she's naked most of the time. Really good movie, actually.
But just some really long nipples. It's like man.
It's like, because she's got really small boobs, her nipples come out further than her boobs do. It's a little weird.
I can see
another girl who's because I'm not a boob guy, so that's why Emma Watson's so high on the list for me. But another one who's really underrated is Natalie Portman.
Oh God.
Holy shit, she's so hot.
Yes, she is.
She was in some movie where she was a stripper for some reason. Of course, I never saw the movie. I just saw the clips.
I don't know.
Of that.
She was a stripper in a movie?
Yes. Like if you looked up on Reddit, like Natalie Portman, ass and thong or something like that. I forget the name of the movie.
It would come up. Just be that movie all the time.
Yeah. I can describe the scene fully, but have no idea what the movie is.
That's all you know is that scene, yeah.
I know a lot of things like that. Like, what was it that came up the other day that my wife mentioned? Some movie where I was like, yeah, I've only seen about 3 minutes of it. She was like, why? I was like, just, caught it here and there. And it was because, like, I'd only seen the naked chick scene or whatever,
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit to watch. There's some movie. Oh, dude, you may have never seen this. There's a movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Ray Liotta.
That's an interesting casting.
There are a couple scenes in that movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt because she, in her prime, was hard to beat.
Yeah, but what's this movie about? I gotta.
Oh, Jesus. That was thunder. I thought somebody was beating on my front door.
Or that the floors with the collapse on us?
No, I wouldn't worry about that. I don't know, but they're in some kind of office setting. I think it's about some kind of con. Like he's a con man or she's conning him or something. But the scenes are she's like his secretary. And she's like showing cleavage and like bending down, having him sign papers. And then she drops him and she's like bending over.
Gotcha. I don't think I've seen that. But I mean, speaking of that, brings up Scarlett Johansson. Think about her in that movie with
Javier Bardem. That movie that was a couple ladies' names and that was a good movie. I think it's Vicky Cristina Barcelona. How the fuck did that just come to me?
I'm thinking of Silver Linings Playbook. I think where she's
that's Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, no, Jennifer Lawrence is in there, but so is Scarlett Johansson. Where she's is that it? Where she's a secretary and she's fucking her boss.
Well, she's in He's Just Not That Into You, and she's having sex with Bradley Cooper in that movie.
That's the okay.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly,
yes,
who's also a smoke show, is in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't. And I'm probably gonna be like banned from being a man, but Scarlett's not that hot in my book.
I can't figure out what you like long, skinny women. That's it.
No, not at all.
Well, apparently all the ones you pointed out have.
No, that's not the case.
It's
I mean.
How is she not hot? I just don't
get
it.
No, she's hot, but she's not like. I don't see her and just go like, holy shit! Like, I mean, there's so many women.
There's very
who do
few women
so much
that you
more
go,
for me
oh
than
my
she
god! You just you appreciate that she has a nice ass.
Yes,
nice
she's very
tits.
attractive.
Yes,
right, but she's so
no guy. I doubt most guys are not like, oh my god, she's so hot. It's like no,
I think
appreciated.
she's pretty high up on a lot of guys' lists. As is Jennifer Lawrence, who I think is just good looking. I mean, she's attractive. Well, like I think Jennifer Connelly's hotter than Scarlett Johansson. I mean, Jennifer Connelly in her prime, hard to beat for sure. What's her name? Jessie Spano. Elizabeth Berkley.
Oh,
man, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's always done it for me is Eliza Dushku.
She's very attractive.
Oh
yes.
my goodness, she's so little.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife brought up she was IMDb and Jessica Biel when we were watching that show. And she was like, Jessica Biel was supposed to be in some movie. And I was like, probably wouldn't have been a great fit for her. She goes, she was also supposed to be in Iron Man 2 in the black suit. And I was like, oh, Black Widow. And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh, she'd have been a way better Black Widow than Scarlett fucking Johansson.
No.
Yeah, dude, I can't buy Scarlett Johansson as some kind of ass-kicking super ninja. Jessica Biel's in ridiculous shape. It makes way more sense.
Well, I think Scarlett Johansson.
And she actually does martial arts.
I think Scarlett Johansson's perfect for it. I think it's worked out perfect as a spy.
I hate her as Black Widow, but that's.
I think I think she works perfect as a spy. Yeah.
Yeah, but not as somebody who can kick your ass.
Yeah.
But she's 5'1" and like 135. She's a little bit plump.
I think she's fine as. I mean, you can't deny that. Not Johnny Depp. I almost said Johnny Depp.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, is perfect.
Perfect.
It is Iron Man.
That's the role he was born to play.
Yeah, just like sure. He's perfect for that. Just like Ryan Reynolds is perfect for Deadpool.
Yes.
Like that's there. They are.
It's like they wrote the comic for him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's unreal. They're shooting number 2. Have you seen the fucking pictures of Josh Brolin?
Oh, he's fucking huge,
dude.
Yeah, he got
Steroids
swole.
and HGH like a motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta if you're gonna play Cable, you have to be big.
Yeah, but he looks like fucking Popeye.
He's huge.
Some of the pictures of him, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? You could step on stage right now. He looks insane, and he's in his 50s for sure.
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't wait to get on HGH when I'm older. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, that's I can't wait for them to start. Well, they just started principal photography.
That's got to be the highest grossing like superhero movie ever when it comes out, right?
No, because I still think the Avengers Infinity War will because one, it won't be rated R, so it'll be able to pull in more people.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. The R rating takes away millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna definitely beat the first one because that one was great.
Yeah.
So as long as they do, and Ryan Reynolds wants to keep it the same feel. They were I can't remember who the director was on. They were trying. He was wanting to change it up a little bit. But
yeah, didn't they change directors right before they started filming?
Yeah, they changed directors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
the guy wanted to fuck up a bunch of stuff.
He wanted to change its tone, and Ryan was, I guess, because Ryan Reynolds has a lot of control on it.
Yeah, he's an EP, so he's like, yeah.
So, but but if I really want them to keep the same feel, I thought it was perfect. It was such a good show or a good movie that.
Yeah, it wasn't long enough. The first one.
I mean, yeah,
it could have been like 12 minutes longer.
But it was trying to give you everything and with tons of cutbacks and
yeah. I mean, the sequencing was great. The way they laid out the timing.
Yeah,
and
because of all the fourth wall breaking that he does in the comics. That's the way they're going to do it. It's a lot of VO stuff, so they have to kind of show things out of order and back and forth. But if you get too much, it totally just becomes a convoluted mess. So keep it like a short.
Yeah, like The Handmaid's Tale. Where they do flashbacks, but they don't even like put a vignette or anything on it, so you just think you're watching like the next scene, and you're like, "Oh wait, this is in the past. No, this is the future." No, I was like, I don't fucking know where we are in the story, guys.
I hate shows like that.
Jesus,
I hate shows and movies where you're like, "Is this the past or future? I can't tell because it's all the same."
Oh my god, there's so much in that show that they don't. You know how like when you start a show and you walk your viewer into a story. You have to write the dialogue in a way that like explains it without making the viewer feel stupid
or overly explaining it.
Yes, but they don't even explain anything. Like they just have these camps where the ladies go and they have to go through some kind of like indoctrination process. Mm-hmm. They don't even explain that's where they're headed. They just cut to they're in the fucking place. And I'm like, what is this place? And my wife was like, it's this, because she read the book. She's like, it's this, this, and this. And I was like, oh. Why? And she told me, and I was like, "That okay? Now I know where the fuck we are."
Yeah. So it's shot for people who've read the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she read it at the same time as a friend of hers at work, and they both fucking hate the show.
Yeah.
Because they were like, it's one thing for it to not be like the book, but to almost like shit on what the book did, like go completely in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be frustrating as a reader.
I bet so.
So, like, if they remade The Partner, which is my favorite book, and didn't follow the story pretty closely, I'd be like, well, I don't like this version because there's a reason they bought the rights to the fucking book,
Yeah, but lots of times it's hard to translate books into movies and television shows.
Well, television shows I would think would be easier because you've got longer.
Yeah,
you've got a longer time to tell.
That's
the story.
Assuming you get to keep if you get picked up for additional seasons to keep going.
Yeah, if Justified had ended in season 1, the story would have been so incomplete because that was based actually on a short story, oddly enough, called Fire in the Hole.
I'm imagining Game of Thrones, big TV show, but if it ended after the first season, it would make no sense. Everyone just leaves. Everyone goes away, and you're like, what the?
Did I just dream that whole thing?
They just killed off Sean Bean.
When was the
Sean Bean's dead?
Sean Bean dies and everything.
There we go. That's it. That's how it ends.
When was the Red Wedding? Was that the 3rd season? How many seasons are there now? 7,
we are
right?
now on 7.
So that must have been like season 4. That was a while ago.
Let's see. We'll see. It's last season was all about Arya and her stuff overseas and things like that. John becoming that third. Let's see, fifth. I want to say third or fourth.
Yeah, I feel like that's about right. Even though
I think it was third. Yeah, I think it was third.
Yeah, I just remember it being, I think, when I was
fourth.
still working at the AV company, so it would have been like 3 or 4 seasons ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's getting down to it because next season's their last season.
Oh, they've already announced it?
Well, they announced it 2 years ago.
Oh.
They were only going to do 8. They've already passed the books.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, they've already passed. There's only 2 books left to be written, and they haven't come out yet.
Oh, he's still writing books?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, they've already passed the books.
That's a lot of pressure to have to write books off of which they can base a television show.
Oh no, they've already talked to him and what his plans for the future is.
Well, yeah, that makes
They've
sense.
already got his ideas, but they said this is clearly going to be a departure. I mean, it is a departure from the story because there's a lot of people in it, so they took some liberties with characters and things like that and changed some stuff up. Obviously, as things happen. But yeah, no, he still has 2 more books to write, and they passed it last season. So,
surely that won't affect his book sales. The fact that people already know kind of what's in the book, right?
But there's even more. There's so much more stuff that's not even in
the
the shows.
It's like reading fucking Lord of the Rings.
There's so much stuff that's not even.
Finish.
There's so much stuff not even covered, and things that have changed. That it's like, I mean, yeah, at the end you'll know, who won. I get,
yeah.
But you still have that whole journey to it that'll be completely different. Or he could change it up. I mean, he still has 2 books, right? He could decide at the end. I didn't like the way that played out because he got watched it on TV. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Everyone dies.
Yeah.
Because
Joffrey wins.
He's already dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know a lot about the show.
Yeah. No, everyone fucking dies in that show.
Yeah.
No one has been safe. Everyone, literally fucking out.
Well, it keeps you on your toes as a viewer, I guess.
Yeah. There's no. I mean, Sean Bean was the biggest pull when he was killed in the first season. That's how I got to watch that show. As I saw him on the trailer, I was like, oh, you know what? I liked him in Lord of the Rings. He's a good guy. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, now he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
The other thing I heard somebody say is that they will a character will just appear and start interacting with the other people in the show as though they've been there the whole time, but you don't, you were never introduced to them. It's just a person they know that you've really never heard about, that maybe there was a conversation about them a season and a half ago, their name was said, and now here they are.
No, I don't think so.
They just kind of introduce new people without really laying out who they are.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, a lot of people do come in and out, but there is setup for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what somebody said, is they were there were a lot of characters who will show up that you haven't seen for such a long time. You have to go back and figure out where the fuck they came from.
Well, there's not a whole lot of people coming back. It's usually they're in there and they're dead, and that's it. There's very few people who you've missed for 2 or 3 seasons. There's I bet the one person. There's only one guy that's been, and he wasn't even supposed to be alive. He was the head ranger. He's the brother of Sean Bean's character, and he goes when Jon Snow goes to the wall with everyone else, he's like, I gotta go do my duties as the ranger. I gotta go out, and I'm supposed to be out here in the forest doing shit, and he just disappears for 4 or 5 seasons. You just never see him again or hear a fucking word. He's just gone.
He was just booked on another show.
Show
wrapped. So. Now he's back.
But yeah, no, he was just gone, and now he came back for 2 episodes, I think.
Weird.
Yeah, but that was it. That was that's. But his character was not supposed to be that character. It was actually supposed to be someone else. So it was supposed to be the mom who died in the Red Wedding. She's actually supposed to be the one that comes back to life. She's supposed to be Lady Stoneheart.
Maybe someday I'll have the time when the show's all wrapped up and I can just marathon a season every weekend or something and just knock it out.
It's really intriguing. The whole.
Are the seasons 13 or 22 episodes?
I don't know. They're gonna be 10 this next year.
Oh, okay. Because if they're 8 or 10, great.
No. Just these last 2 seasons.
Oh, standard is 13, or if they don't do that show.
I
want to
say. I want to say
so
13.
It should be 13. It should be like a Ray Donovan or something. 13 episodes.
Who the fuck are you, Ray?
Have you been keeping up with it?
No.
It's really good this year.
10 first season, 10 second season. Come on. Yeah, 10. I think I think this is just going to be about 8 or so or less. Yeah, there's not many of them. I think.
Okay.
So far on IMDb, they only have listed 7. So for this season, and we've already seen 4. 5 is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it just started July 16th. It's going to end on August. So man, that's really short.
Yeah.
But it's been really good.
What a brilliant strategy too, for them to air it in the deadest TV time of the year, being like the most popular show on TV. Because then not only are you getting a lot of ratings, you're getting fucking all of the ratings.
Yeah, no, this Sunday is just it. Game of Thrones.
That's what people do on Sunday in July, apparently. You know, so except me.
But yeah,
it's really interesting to me, like, and this is going to sound strange. You know, my favorite show's Justified.
Yep.
And when the show ended, I was actually disappointed that neither of the 2 main characters died. Because the way the show led you, it was too happy of an ending given the history of the show and what these 2 went through and everything that had gone on. I was certain one of them was going to die, and I thought it was going to be the episode before the finale. And then they didn't, and I was like, well, I guess I'm glad, but it would have made more sense with the theme of the show had one of these guys died, preferably had one of them killed the other.
That's why I think.
But I don't even think they saw each other in like the last 4 or 5 episodes. They didn't even see each other till the last scene of the finale. It was strange. Yeah. They ended it kind of weird.
That's why I think the last episode of next season of Game of Thrones will be like the highest rated show ever, because that should be when it's decided of who won.
Yeah.
If they do that, if they get it all down to where everyone is just fighting there in that last episode, that needs to be their biggest episode ever too. They need to spend the most money just in that one episode.
Yeah. I'm sure they will.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy. I hope everyone dies. That's the way it plays, man. Like, no one is safe.
Just finishes with a field full of bodies, and then it just a vertical pull out, and then a pan and countryside, and show's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one wins. Yeah, you don't win. You play the game.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
it.
that's like the eternal message of the whole show is like nobody wins.
That has been the whole theme. Is like, no, you don't. You play the game, but no one ever really wins the Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Maybe I should start with reading the books. That's never going to happen. I have too many business books I want to read, so fuck all that.
Yeah, the books are long, but the books are. I've liked the first one, what I've read of it. I just haven't ever sat down and really read it. I mean, you know, I like the way it's broken down into people. Like, each chapter is like a person's perspective of what's going on in a certain situation. That way you can see all the interactions with everyone.
I think I'm going to have to give up a podcast or 2 for the sake of going to Audible books and just listen to some books.
Yeah.
Because I pay attention when I'm listening to something. But if I go downstairs after this, like I started making this goal of going to bed, like turning off the TV and reading for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
I last about 9 minutes and I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, it puts me fucking instantly to sleep.
Yeah, no, actually, I know I've said that too, that I need to do that as well, and I haven't. But before, I was reading something. I can't remember what I was reading before I came over here, and I was starting to fall asleep in bed. I was sitting there. I was just like, oh, I'm getting tired. Oh, shit, I need to get up because I'm going to fall asleep in my bed right now and not make it over Adam's house. Oh.
Wow, yeah. I don't know what it is, man. It's...
Because it's your brain kind of coming down. You're just reading words on a page, and you're starting to...
But I feel like I also don't retain anything because, like, all I'm doing is fighting to stay awake instead of focusing on what's on the fucking page.
Yeah.
But if I come up here in the morning and, like, read to start my day, I find that to be really effective. I think that's what I need to change is do, like, 10 pages every morning to start my day or something. But that's going to take me, 2 months to read a book? Like a fucking dolt? I'd rather just listen to it in the car.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with that though because I can't.
That's where you have tons of free time, is driving around and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I can't miss my like I've got 2 hours a week dedicated to Bill Burr.
So maybe
Usually 7 or 10 for Joe Rogan, depending on how long his fucking episodes are. And then I'll mix in like a Nerdist or a few others here and there that are really interesting to me.
maybe you should cut down.
Man, Joe Rogan talked to some really interesting people this past week. So I'm like 2 episodes behind and only halfway through, the second to most recent episode or whatever. So it's
Yeah, I just
skip a lot of them. But
there's plenty of episodes. I'm listening to the Nerdist with where
did you listen to Jane Lynch?
that's what I'm listening to right now.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
She's
I skipped that one to listen to the one that came after that. I can't remember right now.
That wasn't Jamie Foxx. No.
No.
Jamie Foxx has been on a few. He was on Rogan. It was fucking great. It was really good.
Let's see. Bryan Cranston. There you go. I skipped.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one waiting.
Yeah.
So
I went from James Vanderbeek to Bryan Cranston.
Vanderbeek was also awesome.
Yeah. So
I
I
think I'm going to have to watch that show now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would Diplo do? I've always loved the Beak, man.
He's good. So
He's fucking great.
There was that. So and I think I'm gonna give Robert Pattinson a try. I want to see what he has to say.
I would love to listen to that. You should watch. Now I'm gonna forget, and it has to do with forgetting. It's a movie called Remember Me. Robert Pattinson did it in between the first and second Twilight movie, and it is a fucking powerful movie. Pierce Brosnan's in it, and an actress who, if I saw her face or her name, I would know who it is, but I can't remember. But it is genuinely a brilliant movie.
What's it about?
I almost can't tell you anything about what it's about because the ending is so shocking, where you kind of sit back. It's a movie.
Is this the one where his brother's dead and he's on a boat?
No.
Okay.
But it's a movie that does a really good job, and you may not care about this, of making you. It's one of those movies that makes you want to go hug your friend or your brother or
Why wouldn't I care about that?
Well, it makes you want to be less ungrateful for the people in your life. You know what I mean?
I would love to watch that movie.
Okay, it's really good.
Just because I hate people doesn't mean I don't have I have emotions.
Well, but you could say I'm already grateful for all those people, which would be fine. But it's one of those things where after you watch it, you want to give somebody a hug.
Dude, I'm telling you, my brother and sister caught me crying to Men in Black 3.
Oh, to this, yeah, you told me about that scene.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the movie.
I am an emotional person, so yes, you can get to me on things, and
Man, I tell you what, the last couple weeks, because I guess it's just I'll have to tell you after we finish about some new. I'm going to call it stress, but it's a really good thing that's come up, but it's very stressful. I guess it's I don't know if it's a stress thing or just that I'm becoming a pussy or something. But I've been really emotional the last few weeks.
You're being a human being.
I'll just sit with my son and he'll be sitting on my lap and I smell his hair and I just want to cry. I'm just I just fucking love this moment so much that I'm just oh man, I love you. And he's like, "What's wrong with you, you fucking baby?"
Why are you crying? I'm not crying.
Yeah,
Why are you crying?
I'm fine. What's wrong? What's your problem?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what's been going on. If I'm just I'm not a robot anymore. Maybe I'm losing it. I'm losing that.
He chipped out that
shell.
ice. Yeah.
God damn it.
He's pulling it.
If there's one thing that'll break you down, because other people's kids, you don't give a fuck. Some other kids crying, be like, "Shut up, you fucking." Shut up over there. Kick him in the throat or something. But your kid, you will do anything to not have them be upset. So, yeah, that's pretty fascinating. What's on your mind?
I did it.
You bought a real doll.
No.
Oh.
I can't afford that. I finally signed up for an account on Reddit, and I downloaded an app.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do not share your username.
Yeah.
So are you liking the fact that you can customize your subreddits and all that?
No, nothing has changed for me.
Oh, you haven't gotten into
No, it's the same as being on the website.
Huh. just not saved any links or like
Yeah.
commented on
Yeah,
anything.
no, I have
or-
saved. Don't comment on shit. I'm not the person that comments.
That's a smart move. I get dragged into that too often.
No. Because, no. If I have nothing nice to say, I'm not going to say anything at all.
Well,
And
you could make a useful comment, like
and I
if
know-
somebody posts an Ask Reddit about something, what's the best thing I can use if I'm jerking off 6 times a day to not wear out my dick? Like, you got to help somebody out there.
No, just keep going, and then you develop a callus on your dick, and then you're good to go. But no, I don't. I'm not
deal
gonna.
a dick.
I'm not gonna get dragged into comments. That's not me. Because I just get angry. Because you can never get subtext from
There's
text.
no closure too. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like
answer me back, you son of a bitch.
well, right, but I mean, I've been in very few threads where a conversation came to an end where there was like a mutual, and whether it was good or bad, like we agreed or we didn't. There's been like maybe 2 conversations I've had on that site where there was at least some kind of finality to the conversation.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Like, whatever, man. I get, okay. Sure.
Because it's over text. Text takes too long.
Yeah.
Conversation's
tough.
easier. And then you can just stop looking at it.
The one place I will not ever even read the comments, I mean, I won't even look, is YouTube. That is the pinnacle of fucking stupidity on the internet, I think. I don't think I've ever found a place with more... Yeah, YouTube and Instagram. Some of the comments I see on Instagram are not even in English. Like, what are these people... How are these people learning how to speak? I don't understand what's going on.
I don't know. That's why I don't get into comments.
Yeah. I was reading...
all I do is look, and I'm using Narwhal. I like that the app.
I have heard mixed reviews. I've stuck with Alien Blue since the day it came out. I haven't even ever updated it. I've just got like the original fucking version because it does. I know what it's going to do every time. It works every time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like it so far.
maybe I'll try Narwhal. Well, that's good. That's exciting. Welcome to the community of what 190 million or something users, or at least people with an account or something.
Yeah.
75 million visits a day, something like that.
Yeah, so I finally broke down and did it so I could be more prepared instead of just like reading a video and or reading something on Reddit.
Oh,
that was good. So I started
being able to save the links. I really do like that.
And with Narwhal, all I have to do is just swipe right and it saves it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I may have to try out the app.
Yeah, no, it's really convenient to save stuff. I think it has a bunch of other like functions. I'm trying to think of what it is. Let's see, swipe right, swipe left is to like I guess upvote it. Swipe left twice is to downvote it. How do I? Oh no, you pull it further. And then swiping right is to save it. So how do I unsave? How do I? Okay, I think I got it. There you go.
You good? You figured out the internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't really used it, so
yeah,
doing it in front of you right now has not been the easiest thing. But yeah, all I did was it has like I could swipe to on the right hand side to view a bunch of stuff where I have like subreddits saved and things like that. Include my save stuff and things. I can change my preferences and things. I like it.
Okay.
It's working out for me.
So
got 2 things saved to talk about.
Good. Do you want to get into those now?
Okay. One is just a video that is a fucking madman. So I'm gonna show you. You watch it. There's a guy.
Okay. I see a
with
bear
trap.
And looks like a 2x4 or something. What?
Yeah.
No.
Go watch the video.
No.
What's he gonna do? He doesn't have a stick anymore. What's he gonna do?
I don't like this.
Is he gonna try to stick his hand in there?
Oh my fucking god!
That guy has some fucking huge balls. He just stuck his hand into a bear trap.
It sounded like that's fine if he wants to do that. Was he doing that in front of kids?
He was doing that in front of a bunch of people.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I was like, are you really?
I mean, you got to be able to calculate like that spring is going to take so much time to unload. But dude, is the reward? What's the? There's no reward. There's only risk.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah,
You're a terrible investor.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I saw that. I was like, he's
This
not.
guy just shoved his hand into a fucking bear, a
When-
full-size bear
Yeah.
trap.
When I was like, man, when I read man punches bear trap, I was like, okay, I see a stick there. He's just gonna punch it. We're gonna watch it snap. I was like, that's cool. We're gonna watch bear trap destroy a stick. And then he threw the stick away. I was like, no, he's not.
Oh, man.
No, he's not. He's not really gonna do this.
Really, really confident in his hand speed. What if he had a stroke right before? Because he looked pretty old.
Yeah,
Strokes out.
dude.
Chops off his
that
fucking
hand
arm.
speed though, he was able to time it.
It looked pretty normal as far as hand speed. It's just terrifying.
But the timing to just all I did was smack the plate and pull his hand out.
Yeah. I can't come up with an amount of money. I mean, I'm sure I could, because I'd have to pay for a fully functional bionic arm.
I would say, how much money does it cost for a prosthesis?
for like not
that
just
has
a prosthesis, but like the most
the top
badass
of the
one.
line?
On
Yeah, the
Earth.
one that
Yeah.
you
One
know,
that's better than like the Will Smith and iRobot type shit.
Yeah.
That's the one I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 25 mil. I'll cut off my arm.
Yeah.
No problem.
So yeah, that was just one of the things I wanted to show you.
Fuck, man.
The other thing I have saved is UCLA quarterback criticized system that encourages the profitable college football industry at the expense of the student players.
Read that slower.
Okay, UCLA.
Not that slow.
UCLA quarterback criticizes system that encourages the profitable college football industry at the expense of the student players.
Okay. Are there any like quoted comments of his in there?
Well, I had to pull up the article now.
Oh,
I was just
that's
reading.
fine.
I was just reading the headline to you.
No. That I mean, I think I get what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, that he's saying, like, you know, being a student athlete fucking sucks for the student part of that.
Fuck yeah, it does, and for the athlete part, man.
Yeah,
It's
well, one or the other.
It's one of the-
one of the efforts. One of the other suffers, and usually it's the student part.
yeah, but
You get them the easiest fucking courses to take for most of them, with some of the more lenient teachers and things like that, just so they could stay in school, then stay eligible to play.
yeah, this is going to be a weird thing to say, but I would put that on the top 10 list of hardest jobs in America, to be a student athlete at a university.
Mm-hmm. In any sport,
It's fucking crazy. I mean, I guess what I've seen to turn out as fortuitous. I didn't play college football.
mm-hmm.
I don't think it would have ended well for me with my injury issues. Like, I'm just very injury prone, and I've had so many fucking concussions. Who knows how fucked up I'd be at this point? But I spent a lot of time with a lot of the ball players because I made friends with them and shit. And my RA cut the hair of all the guys on the team, and he was 2 doors down from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hang out with all the guys on the team all the time. Their fucking schedules were psychotic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, wake up at 5, go work out, watch film, go to class, this, that, the other, go watch film at lunch, finish up class, go work out, go to practice for fucking 2 hours, study your fucking playbook, and then have to go and do your goddamn homework for class
Mm-hmm.
when you get back to your dorm at 9.
Yeah.
And then you got to do that and wake back up at 5. And these guys, I fucking hate this argument that, like, these guys shouldn't be compensated in some way outside of their education. Like, they're getting $100,000 education. That's not payment enough. No. Fuck no, it's not. Look at the fucking risks they're putting themselves through. They're throwing their bodies literally out on the line for the chance to maybe finish college.
And maybe make it to the NFL. And maybe be one of the few that...
But the 2% of those guys, I think that's the actual number. Well, out of college athletes, it may be closer to, like, let's say 8%. But 2% of, all football players go pro or whatever that number is. Very fucking low. So these guys are putting their bodies through complete hell, going through all this shit. They get this education. Well, they may be getting an education that has nothing to do with what they want to do, first of all. They may just get a fucking marketing degree because those are the classes that were recommended, and they were like, oh, I'm just here to play football, so who gives a shit? Then they get out, they can't get a fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
So they're unemployed, they're physically all fucked up, and then he's right, the university has made billions of dollars off these guys' fucking abilities, like jersey sales, ticket sales, concessions, TV, fucking the Longhorn Network, you name it. Like, these guys are raking it in, and the students get nothing. And free education's great, but I mean, I'd rather you pay me what I'm worth to the school, and then you let me decide if I want to pay for my education. Like, fuck, man. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing the way they're treated.
Yeah.
Like, and, you know, the argument is always, well, how do you determine their value? Because you can't pay, I'm just going to go way back. I don't keep up with, I'll just say Kenny Hill. A lot of people listening he's quarterback for TCU. You can't pay Kenny Hill more than you pay a TCU volleyball player. It's not fair. And I'm like, bullshit. The football program funds like 9 other athletic programs in the school.
Yeah.
Why not? Now, the other side
the football
of that,
program probably pays for a lot of the band stuff, too, because the bands come and play at those.
They fully fund it, yeah.
Yeah.
And those band kids get a lot of scholarships.
Yeah, because they get to, because, I mean, what school would have a band program just for to have band?
Yeah, Grambling would.
Yeah.
Grambling State, the most famous marching band in the world.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Very few.
Right.
You have to have a storied history of of that, and that's it.
The other side of that, though, that's tricky is those football players are not the only student athletes that deal with that. Even the volleyball player or the baseball player,
baseball, volleyball, softball, all of them.
You know, how do you take care of those kids who aren't bringing in any money?
Well, like tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis probably doesn't take nearly as much. I bet you can be a good student athlete on tennis.
Dude, tennis is hard fucking work.
Yeah, it's hard work, but it's
TCU sent 2 guys to the college championships this year, by the way.
But it's also, to me, tennis seems like it's a lot easier.
I think that's because you played football.
Maybe. But tennis,
for me, tennis is really hard.
No, tennis is a hard game, but I feel like it doesn't take nearly as much of your time.
It's less risky, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's also less time.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be that elite of a tennis player. I know. So I dated a girl who was a state champion in tennis in high school, and she worked her fucking ass off at it. I mean, she was playing 2-3 hours a day.
Yeah, but it's also you can go do it's not a team sport, so you're unless you're doing doubles, so you can spend your own time to practice. So if you go, oh, you know what, I don't have time right now, I got to study for a midterm, I'm going to go do that, and then after my studying, I'm going to go practice. Then you can do that. No, but you can't do that on a football team because you have a bunch of other guys waiting on you.
Yeah, I would generally agree that the individualized sports maybe have some more flexibility, but I think my big thing about the football players in particular is the risk they're taking. Mm-hmm. That needs to be considered.
Yeah,
that needs to be a factor.
They do to their bodies.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, baseball programs at big schools, the TCUs, Techs, UTs, some of these bigger colleges, Vanderbilt that has, historic baseball programs, they bring in some money, but none of them compete with the football or basketball. Like Duke basketball is a fucking cash cow.
Yeah.
Those guys get nothing,
Well, officially.
Well, sure. Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. They don't get anything for which they're documenting to the IRS.
Exactly.
So if it keeps going that way, that's just all under the table, and I just don't see why it's being regulated. Like if you're not gonna pay them, just open it up and say, hey, if a booster wants to give you $100,000, fucking who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, it's maybe your only chance to make real good money off football, anyways. What happened to Marcus Vick? He was a horrible NFL player, one of the greatest college football players of all time. Michael Vick's little brother broke all his records at Virginia Tech. Yeah. Fucking terrible in the NFL. So he never made a dime that we know of off of football. I think he played like a year maybe in the league or something, 2.
But yeah, that's the way. Yeah, there's plenty of people. Troy Smith.
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner.
God, Troy Smith was a fucking beast in college.
Heisman Trophy winner. Didn't do dick in the NFL.
No, Vince Young. I mean, well, Vince Young made money because he was a backup for a long time.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you look at a lot of those guys that were that way. Pat White and
I was about to say.
Why am I forgetting Steve Smith? No, Steve Slayton. Sorry.
Yeah.
Steve Slayton played like 5 years, but it's still. I would have been if somebody came out and they were like, "Yeah, those guys were getting paid $150,000 a year when they were in college." I'd have been like, "Good for them."
Yeah, because they actually made some money.
Super. I'm sure it helped out their fucking parents, who statistically probably didn't have any money. If we look at like the majority of the guys who play college football, where they come from, yeah, their families could use the fucking help.
Yep.
That's why I don't get the Reggie Bush thing. Like everybody's like, oh, his family got
his
a house,
dad
right?
Or something. Yeah.
Somebody bought his family a house. I'm like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? It's $300,000. The guy's about to be worth $50 million or whatever the fuck, endorsements in his contract and all. I was like, really? Are we gonna sweat this? Who cares? It's 3 months until the draft. We know where he's going.
Yeah.
Like, good Lord, calm down.
We know he's about to get paid.
So we're going to strip them of a fucking title and a bunch of wins and take away his Heisman.
Yeah.
You know, one of the top 5 honors you can get in football, period, college or pro. Like, it's so silly, man. I hate the NCAA so much. Their regulations are. So is this guy getting fucking roasted or?
Yeah. You know what's funny is, I'm going to see who it was. Who's roasted him?
If you say Stephen A. Smith, I don't give a fuck.
No. It was a player.
Oh, really?
I want to find out. Trying to find talking on the. I know, right?
Yeah, I've been going back and watching more episodes of
Okay.
The Wall. That show's so good.
So, you remember Cardell Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's giving him shit for this. Even though Cardell Jones is the one who says that, who once claimed he didn't go to Ohio State to play school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chill bro, play school is what he's tweeting now. I was like, dude, that's you're contradicting your previous message in that you didn't go to Ohio State because they had a good education program. You went to Ohio State because you wanted to win championships and you wanted to get recognized.
Yeah, the people that go to Ohio State because of what a great academic school it is, fucking pay to go there. Because that's what they're passionate about. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, you're going there to get notarized and get sent to the NFL.
You're going there to play on Saturday.
If you really only cared about education, playing school, you'd gone to
go to
Ivy
Yale.
League. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Go
go to
play
Ivy
at
League
Yale.
school.
Go play at Penn. I actually had an offer from Penn, oddly enough. I was like, I don't think I can get in.
I don't think I could handle that.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds really difficult. And you guys suck. Yeah, I'd be so happy if they just opened that up, but I think it would be too complicated to manage is the problem.
Yeah.
Because all those questions come up of all the other athletes and other programs and how much and
well, it becomes where whoever has the most money with the most boosters gets the best players.
I think the best thing you could do is open them up to being allowed to take on sponsors. Like, let them sign fucking shoe deal for maybe $100,000 or something.
There's already people. There's Nike that sponsors Oregon. So there you go. There's a big company that can sponsor every single one of their fucking players.
Conflict of interest for
Oregon hey, we'll sign you for Nike if you come sign here at Oregon. You get a big Nike contract. Everybody loves Nike.
Yeah.
You know. You do just give schools caps.
It's a fucking mess, man.
But you give schools a cap then. Sign them and actually sign them to a contract and like, all right, you go. Now you put like on the NFL, put the cap on the spending. Yeah,
maybe. I mean, would it even benefit the players, like the athletes, though, if you said, because their stipend is, it's somewhere, I don't know, let's say $1,000, $1,200 a month, right? They get free room and board, free education, and then they get a stipend because they don't want them to work. They don't want them to have to go get a job to pay for just basic shit.
Yeah.
So they get
basic for foods and things
so
like
for
that.
For a college kid with no bills, $1,200 a month is really good money.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically.
Yes.
But
if you were smart and you're just you're not wasting it on.
Yeah. So what if they were able to look at, all right, here's how much profit the school makes off the sports program each year, and we have, I don't know, let's call it 1,000 student athletes. So let's take 10% of the $150 million that the school makes a year in profit. So let's take $15 million, distribute it between these 1,000 student athletes, and that's what they get. So that's.
But then, how do you decide who gets what?
I'm just evenly. You just say if you're a student athlete here, because we do so well at sports, you get paid this.
Yeah.
Like, what is that
But see,
number?
and then
you've got the schools. That's part of the recruiting, because then the schools are going, here's how much our athletes make. So because I'm terrible at math, I'm going to say that number would be $15,000 a year. That's nice on top of your $1,200 stipend. That's basically another $1,200 a month. So
yeah, but
it's a little more, but yeah.
But see, if I was a football player, I'd be going, why is the guy swimming getting the same much as me?
It's better than nothing is all you can say, really. We can't say it's fair, but it's better than nothing.
I would say no. I would be like, no, we're the ones that bring in the money. I should get a bigger cut.
Yeah, I just don't think it'll ever work that way.
Yeah, that's why it won't ever work.
But I would, if I were a student athlete today and they were like, tomorrow, we're going to basically double your stipend every month, I'd be like, word, like, cool, man, let's do it.
Again, you would.
Sure.
But also, in this case, though, if you were a high-profile athlete, you also already have agents and things already in your ear going, no, hey, don't do that. You can get more money. Hold out. Yeah. Hold out. Don't play.
$30,000? Oh, I'll get that in your backpack by tomorrow night.
Yeah. Hold out. Don't play. Say you're not going to play this week unless they give you more money.
Well, then it's just pro sports.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Then you're just a professional athlete, and then your scholarship goes away. So
why not? See, that's why I don't. You know what? Let kids right out of high school go to play professional.
Football? No. Nope. No way. I can really only think of one player in my lifetime who could have done that. Adrian Peterson, hands down. He was ready for the NFL the day he stepped out of high school.
That's the thing is, coaches should recruit. Maybe we'd have minor league football teams now. Treat it like baseball.
See, that would be cool. But then the universities would, that's actually really good. The universities would fold, or the cost of education would fucking go back down like it should. That's a really fucking good idea. Yeah. If you let those kids jump the colleges,
let them go
then the colleges lose all their fucking money.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to small classroom education. We're here for a reason. Like, we pay a reasonable cost.
We're not here for athletes. We're here for now actual education and what a university is supposed to be for.
Yeah, because the $50-something thousand a year it costs to go to TCU is not because every faculty member makes $300,000 a year. I can fucking promise you that.
Yeah, it's just to pay for the new stadium upgrades.
Yeah,
the new facilities for the athletes, so they can they have something.
School has
that
a $2 billion endowment, and they charge $55,000 a year to go to school there.
Put that carrot up there so everyone can look at the facilities and stuff. You want to come here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that shit would be brilliant. All that shit would go away. So much more of that money would flow into the minor league football system. You'd have the same thing you have with minor league baseball, except on a way more popular scale, because you could affordably take your family to a game in a nice arena that holds 5,000 people, in a small little stadium. Mm-hmm. Take a soccer stadium, put some more fucking seats in it. There's your football game. Dude, I think we should drive this campaign.
Yeah.
How do we get involved with this? We go talk to Roger Goodell,
the commish.
Right? Yeah.
Just show up, fly to New York today. Say, hey, commish, got an idea for you.
Yeah, and he'll be like, you're the 1 millionth person to bring up this idea.
But it is such a good idea.
That's really the best way to do it.
But the problem is there's plenty of people within even NFL owners who are involved with universities that it would be a conflict of interest, and they wouldn't want to do that because I bet
Is there really a conflict of interest when there's more money on the table?
They maybe have some say in what goes on in some of their alma maters and things like that. If it is,
well, yeah, I mean, most of them are boosters.
Yeah,
but they're not making money off of how that school does.
There's got to be a way they're making money off that school.
I don't think so. I've interacted with some very wealthy people who are boosters of schools, and I've never gotten the impression that it's an investment of theirs. It's just money that they give away to help the school. Maybe I'm totally dumb and naive, but I've never once gotten that impression.
So maybe they should do it, and then there we go. Have minor league teams. Get some more.
I would go try out for one, for sure.
Yeah, you get some more seats out there. Get some more people. I mean, you end up getting people like Kurt Warner, coming up through stuff, and you're like, wow, that we overlooked this guy. He's actually a really good player.
I guess in theory you could skip college, try out for the AFL or the CFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
But college football gets you more exposure to the NFL. So which way do you go?
Well, now you open it up to NFL owners starting teams here. So it's like, hey, now we have.
Can you imagine if college football just went away?
Like we have the West Texas Wranglers. There you go. That's Dallas Cowboys minor league team out in West Texas. There you go.
I think we just found their fucking marketing guy.
There you go.
Give him a call, buddy.
All right. Yeah. You can just play, and then then you can just rent the stadiums from the universities.
I think those are a little bit too fancy for minor league football.
Hey, you know what? They're not going to get use out of them.
I think the horseshoe is going to be packing 108,000 at that point.
But you got to think like, hey, you're not going to get use out of it anymore. Might as well rent it out to us. Get some money out of it.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Huh? I mean, I like the idea. I think we should start a Kickstarter for minor league football.
That's a lot of money.
The MFL.
There you go.
The Minor Football League. The Minority Football League. The Miniature. That's it. Little People Football. The Miniature Football League.
All right, that's just now we're just getting crazy here.
Okay.
No one's gonna watch that.
Too much?
Yeah.
I guarantee that TLC would put that fucking show on the air.
Of course they would, but it's also no one will take it seriously as a football game.
No.
It's just like the lingerie league or whatever.
Never once.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've seen plenty of pictures go. You know, there's some attractive ladies in some underwear throwing the football around, and they could throw.
Can any of you girls do what Antonio Brown does? No, then I don't care.
I don't know. Some can play. Some
they can play. I mean, there are plenty of players in the WNBA who could school the living fuck out of me. I'd say probably every one of them, actually, for sure, no doubt. I have no desire to watch them play basketball because I can go watch Steph Curry play basketball.
Exactly.
It's like, well, what do I want to do here?
Yeah, watch Steph Curry.
Now, the interesting thing, though, is in person, like, I'll happily go watch a minor league baseball game in person. I don't want to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
But in person, yeah, they're fun, man. So I would watch minor league football, high-level talent, same way I'd watch college. It's like going to a college football game.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the same level of guys. So, yeah, why is it that I would watch college football on TV, though, but not minor league football?
Yeah. I think you would because it's football.
Right. Especially if it were on Saturday. If it just filled that gap for me.
Yeah.
Shit, if they did it on Tuesday, give me Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are the only 2 days of the week I don't have football right now. I get college football Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Get pro football Sunday, Monday.
And Thursday, Sunday, Monday.
That's, yeah. Yeah, I definitely watch pro football over college on the Thursday night stuff.
Have you been watching any preseason?
A little bit.
Watch a tiny bit.
Barely any.
Watch Patrick Mahomes.
Which team is he on?
The Chiefs.
Okay.
First play, he was out there.
Broke his arm?
30-yard, nice little deep pass. Little short. If he hit the receiver in stride, it would have been a touchdown. But then it came back because of a holding call.
Yep.
But that's what happens when you play with the third string. He looked okay. He wasn't great. He didn't look ready for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Good for him for getting paid, though.
But you know who looks ready to fucking play? TJ Watt. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's a Watt.
Yeah. Well, their little brother, the one
who's
the fullback.
Yeah, but a lot of scouts have been saying that there's a good chance TJ's going to be better than JJ.
That's going to be tough. Because he has JJ to learn from, but
yeah,
fucking TJ was dominating in that game against the Giants.
That's good. Which team is he on?
Steelers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll get to watch him all the time.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Man, in that defensive scheme, he'll be a fucking nightmare.
2 sacks in his first preseason game.
That'll be awesome.
Within the first, I think they're both in the first quarter. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a quick motherfucker. I think I'm trying to run back through my head of whether I'm wrong about this, but I think J.J. Watt might be the greatest athlete ever.
He's
the
greatest. I think he's one of the greatest football players ever.
Yes, but I'm saying I've never seen an as athletic specimen to be that big and be able to do what he does. You could argue he's the most athletic person of all time.
I mean, he really needs to pump up more numbers and he will be the GOAT.
Yeah, but it's so
He will be
hard for him. He's getting triple teamed.
I know.
Like,
But see, that's why he should be. Jerry Rice needs to come off and needs to be J.J. Watt, the greatest of all time.
two different conversations, though. I mean, offensive. I think you can easily say. I don't think football is a sport where you can say there's a greatest of all time.
You want to say Jerry Rice is the greatest of
He's the greatest offensive player of all time.
Yes, agreed. And then J.J. Watt's the greatest defensive player of all time? Because that's tough because, I mean, Lawrence Taylor was a madman on the field.
That's a good question. Defensive?
Ray Lewis, a fucking beast.
Usually my mind goes to Ray Lewis. You could make the argument for Deion Sanders.
I don't think he was nearly as much
didn't.
He was good, but he's
literally stopped throwing the ball on his side of the field when he was in his prime. Like, that's why his interception numbers kind of were stifled for a little while. It's because nobody threw the ball his way.
Yeah.
Period. Ever. Like, the Niners would test him sometimes, and a lot of times it wouldn't go well. Like, and this is against Jerry fucking Rice. He was so good.
Yeah.
I would say if I had to say anybody right now, I'd lean toward Ray Lewis, man. I mean, nobody made quarterbacks pay more attention to where they were than, oddly enough, the middle linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens. Just because it wasn't just where he was, but it was what he was telling other people to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he was such a fucking general out there.
But better than J.J. Watt?
That's a hard argument. God, football is so specific because, like, I think the best defensive lineman I've ever seen is Bruce Smith. I mean, he was a fucking monster. But it's hard to compare a defensive lineman to a linebacker. If we're talking just biggest impact on the game, man.
It has to be J.J. Watt because you never know. You have to put multiple people on him.
Yeah.
And plus, the way he gets his hands up, you're still like, even if he's blocked, there's no chance. There's no guarantee that the ball's passing the line of scrimmage.
Why did I just go completely blank? Oh, okay, that's a fair point, but like in today's game, I still think there's one player on defense who people are more scared to see on the other side of the ball because he's more dynamic, and it's Von Miller. That dude is unreal.
He is, but I don't know. I don't. For me, I don't think I would fear Von Miller nearly as much.
I would.
I think
because as a
good,
quarterback,
but with good linemen, he's taken out.
No, he's not. He's so dynamic that he collapses the pocket in any way that he needs to. Like, he'll rush from the outside and pinch in, or he'll collapse. He'll fucking stunt and come inside and collapse the center of the pocket and push you out. Like, he's so quick and so strong. He will bulldoze left tackles and right tackles, and he's like 275. And I mean, just straight flatten him, or he'll run around him, or he'll fucking spin cycle him. He's insane. It's a little more noticeable when a guy's on the outside that he's doing that, though, than when J.J. Watt is tying up three guys in the middle of the line. So, I still think if I had to pick my defense right now, I'd start with J.J. Watt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be my number one pick.
Yeah, he's your first pick on defense.
Yeah, for sure.
And just build around him.
Man, that's a really tough one to think about. And, the Jerry Rice argument is tough for me because, like, I grew up a Niners fan. He's the reason I got into football. However, he's not – I mean, he's the greatest – he was the best route runner, unquestionably the best route runner in history, and had, you could argue, top three hands of all time.
But he also played with two of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Two amazing quarterbacks. And – here's my thing about him is he's so far down the list of, like, best athletes I've ever seen play football. I mean, Barry Sanders.
I was going to say.
I've never seen anything like it. I still have never seen anything like it.
If he would have stuck with it, he would have been the leading rusher, the most, like, yards ever.
He played 9 years and ran for 15,000 fucking yards.
Yeah.
Who does that?
If he kept with it, he would have been.
Yeah, not even close.
He would have been thought of as the greatest.
Not even close. But, you look at guys like Antonio Brown. Randy Moss is probably the most freakish wide receiver of all time. Calvin Johnson's high up on that list. T.O. T.O. was a physical freak show. Like, but none of those guys could do what old slouchy ass 6'2", 185 Jerry Rice could do, who ran a 4.6 40. Like, that's why he's the best ever, because he didn't have any of those gifts like those guys do.
Yeah, he just
made people look fucking stupid. And it's funny, his 40 time was always, made fun of, but he had game speed. And that's a thing that you don't know unless you've played football. It's a real thing. He had game speed.
Yeah, because sometimes you tend to play flat-footed when you're on the field. It's different when you're running a straight line just with someone tying. You're up on the balls of your feet. You're actually pushing your heads down. You're actually running.
He had plenty of instances where he broke away from DBs after he caught the ball, and you were like, oh,
yeah,
I didn't know Jerry Rice was fast. It's like, well, technically he's not.
Yeah, but whenever you're on the field, sometimes you get very flat-footed even when you're running.
Yeah.
You forget to get up on the balls of your feet to actually, propel yourself forward.
Yeah. He could move for sure, but, man, like, the way that he would physically manipulate DBs and he used his hips, that was one thing I learned from watching him about how to juke people as a running back, was he would actually use his hips and stabilize his shoulders to misdirect people. So that was one thing I would do juking, is I would actually open up my hips fully in one direction, and a defender would just go there. And then I was like, I'm going the other way, man. Like, I don't know where you
what
you
think
you're
Barry
watching.
Sanders would do to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It was ridiculous. His hips are this way, and he's going that way. You're like, what? How's his body
His
moving?
lateral movement, too. I mean, he could run and cut, and his body would be at like a fucking 30-degree.
Yeah,
I mean,
just sideways.
he would just Michael Jackson the shit out of it, just lean hard and still be perfectly balanced. God, he was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the argument. I'm almost fine with having the argument of like a best player at each position when it comes to football, and I would like linebacker. You could group into one thing.
Let's group. Okay, let's group wide receivers and tight ends together. So best.
No, can't do that.
What, does tight ends get their own?
Tight ends play a completely different role because you've got to take into account blocking as well.
Okay, fine. Wide receivers, we'll say Jerry Rice. Do we agree on that one?
Greatest all time?
Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
Tight end. I'm going to go. It's hard to say between Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates.
I was actually going to say I lean toward Tony Gonzalez, but Antonio Gates would make a really good argument.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez was.
Well, he holds all the records.
He was unstoppable. But if you want to talk about all around tight ends, Jason Witten.
Oh, Jason is, yes.
I mean, how do you argue that until Gronkowski stays healthy?
Yeah.
I mean, Gronkowski's the most gifted tight end we've ever seen, but if he doesn't stay healthy, then he's not going to matter.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
hey, remember that guy who could have been amazing?
Yeah. Well, he is really good.
Oh, yeah, he's ridiculous.
He is
he's fucking
one of the
ridiculous.
top tight ends, of course. But, I mean, he can't stay healthy. He can't stay in the field.
Yeah, I would say if we're talking all around tight end, I'd probably go Jason Witten.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Antonio Gates was an okay blocker.
It's just even being a Cowboys fan, man. I don't know how
he does it.
How does he get open?
He's like the Jerry Rice of tight ends. He's so fucking slow.
But he's always fucking open. It doesn't make sense. I guess
he's so intelligent.
I guess I can go with you. I'll agree.
Yeah, he's super intelligent, man.
I would say it's close for me, even being a Cowboys fan, between Jason Witten and Antonio Gates. But
if we're talking O-line, it's Orlando Pace. I would, and don't you fucking Larry. I'd be fine with Larry Allen too.
He was really good, not the best.
Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas still playing today. He's incredible.
I was gonna say
Tyron will be.
Tyron will be. He's close to already be. No, what's his name? Jonathan Ogden.
Jonathan Ogden was something else, man.
He was
for the
one
Ravens.
of the best fucking tackles ever.
Yes, he was special for sure. I've always had an affinity for guards. For some reason on the offensive line. I like the guards. They're like, nobody ever talks about how fucking important they are.
Yeah.
Like, these are the guys
because everyone talks about the tackles because they're really the defense for the quarterback. The center's essentially the general.
Yeah.
He knows everything that's going on right there.
He's the catcher.
Yeah.
But the guards are the ones doing all the grunt work, man. They're pulling, they're fucking cutting, they're doing all that kind of crazy shit.
You got to be big and quick.
Yeah. You got to be able to move.
Yeah.
And they're usually smaller guys too, so they're up against some fucking behemoths.
Yeah, I know, going against defensive tackles who are fucking 380.
Jesus, yeah, going up against Ted Williams, fucking 405.
I was gonna say 415 at Vince Wilfork, wherever fucking big he is.
That fucking tub of shit.
But he
Oh my God.
requires at minimum 2 people every time,
Yeah.
or he's coming through.
Yeah, man.
And even then, if he just gets the quarterback, he's causing the quarterback to at least leave the pocket and leave it up for the defensive ends to take on the quarterback. Okay, running back. Barry Sanders.
AP's got an argument if he had not had the year off and had some injuries and things, but
LaDainian does have a good argument.
No,
you don't think?
I mean, LT's one of the better all-around backs of all time with like Curtis Martin and guys like that, Warwick Dunn. But no, I mean, what Barry did was
ridiculous.
I mean, there's nobody else whose highlight films you watch and you go. It's so many times where you go, how the fuck did he do that? Yeah. I don't even know. Like, there's just a pile of people, and then he comes squirting out of there, and he's gone.
Okay.
I mean, breakaway speed, shiftiness, power, vision, complete package, patience. He was the best. The only criticism that you could say, but he never played with a quarterback who could literally throw the ball even as well as I can, is that he wasn't a great receiving back. But that's only because they didn't throw him the fucking ball. They didn't throw the ball, period, in that offense.
Yeah.
I mean, for a long time, their best receiver was, I think, Johnny Morton. Yeah. It's not saying much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would agree there. So now we're going to get to the argument, best quarterback of all time.
Aaron Rodgers.
There's
no argument.
We already had this argument.
Conversation's over.
Yeah. I think we won't ever. I don't think we'll ever agree on this one until their careers are over.
So here's actually how I view it. If I could pick a quarterback to if we're talking all-time teams to win a game, I'm starting with Tom Brady. But Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen.
He is a really talented quarterback. But it's
a really tough argument.
But if I'm putting someone on there who's going to win the game,
it's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady because he wins.
He's
proven.
He's got it all, man. Even though he has no athletic ability. I don't understand.
Because he has an arm that can.
If he showed up here today and challenged me to any athletic competition outside of winning Super Bowls, he'd lose. It doesn't make any sense.
Because he's smart.
Yeah.
He puts the ball right where it needs to be to win.
It's fucking crazy.
I mean, he knows exactly where it needs to go.
The one thing people don't talk about enough with him is he is psychotically competitive.
Oh, ultra competitive.
You can't overlook that. I mean, people talked about it with Jordan where, like, they hated how competitive he was.
No, you see it on Tom Brady's face.
He would turn everything into a competition.
Tom Brady's trying to fight fucking people on the field. You're like, you're a quarterback, dude. Chill the fuck out.
Knowing that full well that they would stomp him the fuck out.
Yeah, but he's just intense.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to play.
Yeah. My second, and we brought this up recently on the UFC podcast, was Marino, man. And saying that as a Bills fan is tough, but god damn, what he did in his era.
Yeah. When no one was throwing the ball.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is something else.
Yeah, he was
the
really
numbers he was able to put up in an era where receivers were getting beat the fuck up at the line and down the field.
Yeah, just closed.
And the quarterbacks were getting the shit kicked out of them. I mean, it was a totally different league, and he was a fucking ridiculous passer.
Yeah.
You know, there's always the Montanas and Mannings, and all those guys are great. So we've been really fortunate to see some unbelievable quarterback play. I mean, even Warren Moon was special. Yeah, but I'd say Brady, but I want to say Rodgers. Like, he's my favorite.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
But if you want to win, you can put in Tom Brady.
I'm hearing a lot of I brought this up on the other podcast as well. I'm hearing a lot of feedback out of Miami that Jay Cutler finally looks like the Jay Cutler we've been waiting to see for like 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got to step up because
that arm is. Well, there's no arm like that.
You saw
that
he's what's his name? Ryan Tannehill. Having season-ending ACL surgery.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill's out for the season.
Oh shit! Wow. Well, he better step the fuck up. Lay off the cigarettes on the sidelines. Yeah, man.
So that covers our offense. We really don't need.
What about fullback? Mike Allstott, obviously.
Yeah, there was no reason to.
Lorenzo Neal. I mean, if we're looking at blocking fullbacks, Lorenzo Neal's the best ever.
Yes.
No doubt. Yeah. But Mike Allstott was.
Although
he was really an H-back, so I guess you'd have to give it to Lorenzo Neal.
But then we're going to
Are we going to count Larry Zonka as an H-back or a fullback? How do we define that?
How are we going to define those positions?
Mike Allstott.
Yeah.
Because he was playing with Warwick Dunn, so he was the fullback.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
All right. So that covers our offense, right?
Yeah.
That was defense. So, you want to break it up into defense tackles, defensive ends, or just the defensive line?
Yeah, no, I think you have to.
All right,
so J.J. Watt at nose.
At tackle.
Yeah.
By far.
Ted Williams would be my second. Ted Washington, sorry. Not Ted Williams. He's a baseball player. Ted Washington. Big Ted.
I would say, so who would you say for end?
I'd say Bruce Smith.
I don't know.
He was unreal, unstoppable. God, he was so good. He was an incredible run stopper and pass rusher. Like, I have to look at both. Dwight Freeney was really good. I wouldn't put him in probably top 5 though.
He's not at there.
Reggie was only a pass rusher.
Ware was really mainly a pass rusher.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ware only had like 20 sacks.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's Bruce Smith. He's the best defensive end I've ever seen.
Jason Taylor up there at all for you?
Jason Taylor was really good. Like, he's a very underrated defensive end. You know what else he was really good at? He was one of the first guys who defensive coordinators designed this into their scheme. Is he was good at pass coverage. He would pull off
to fall back. Yeah,
he would drop out and do really good in pass coverage.
I wonder how many interceptions
really well.
he has, because he's done that plenty.
Yeah,
a few times.
Zach Thomas, there's an underrated linebacker. Shit.
Yeah.
God,
but he was mainly middle linebacker.
Yeah.
At fucking 5'11", just a stocky little dude.
So how would you define LT, as a D end or a linebacker?
I was wondering. See, that's what I'm trying to think of, because it depends on the style. I was thinking about it, and it's like,
because he really was on the line most of the time.
Yeah,
but he was in like an 8.
It was essentially the early form of a 3-4 defense.
Yes.
So it's kind of like he was a linebacker, but he's on the line. So it's like, do you count him as an end? There's a linebacker. So
yeah, I don't know. He's just LT.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a category for him.
Let's give him the defensive end
Who's
spot.
Who's the best LT? LT.
Yeah, LT is. let's go ahead and count him as the best defensive end, since he was on the line a lot. He was the most disruptive player of his time.
Yeah, he fucked up the game.
Yes.
That's fair enough.
He was vicious.
Okay. So we'll call him our left end and Bruce Smith our right end.
Okay.
We'll call it fair.
Of course, linebackers, we are going to give it to
Ray Lewis.
Lewis.
Right after him, even though he didn't even finish his goddamn career, I'd say Patrick Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Patrick Willis was unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Why am I going to forget his first name? Lambert for the Steelers. I want to say Bill. Why am I going blank here?
I don't know who.
Jack Lambert. He was a fucking beast. Trying to think of, like, Kevin Green. I always thought was incredible, although he was on the line a lot too. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that stands out above Ray Lewis.
No.
So that's pretty much it for him. He could play.
Oh, what's his name? Harrison.
James Harrison?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's another one of those guys. He's like an 8 technique pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
But he is a fucking badass.
He's a freak.
He's an ageless wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our linebackers. Corners. Dion's one. Darrelle Revis is the other one?
No.
You don't think so?
I think he's overrated. I would probably say Darryl Green. He was an absolute shutdown. He was the fastest player in the history of the league, really, although his record's now been broken. But he was a monster of a corner. He played for the Redskins back in the day. I don't know if you remember him. Yeah, he was really, really special. Trying to think.
It's hard to really think of really good shutdown corners.
Ike Taylor was always good for the Steelers. He was, I mean, I'd say, Dion and Darryl Green would be my 2 corners.
Okay. I agree with that. Safeties, Ed Reed.
And Ronnie Lott, although they're both strong safeties.
Yeah, well. Put.
What about not George Teague, who the Hall of Famer, Darren Woodson. Darren Woodson is a free safety.
Okay.
Probably the best ever.
Darren Woodson and Ed Reed. That's what I'd go with.
I'd go Fuck, I'd say Ed Reed over Ronnie Lott.
Yes.
Yep. Ed Reed was unfucking believable.
The guy.
Oh, what about Troy Polamalu?
He was good. Yeah, but
Dude, he changed the game.
But I don't think he was nearly as good in coverage. I'm sorry, but I don't know how Ed Reed always found the fucking ball.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think Darren Woodson and
I mean,
Ed
yeah,
Reed's
if you're trying to stop the run, yes, Troy Polamalu was the best. Like, he was up on the line. He was like another linebacker.
Yeah. He was in the box a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren Woodson and Ed Reed. I don't know how. Like, I'm trying to think of a combination that would be more dangerous than that. I always loved Merton Hanks for the Niners. He was something else, but he wasn't like a world beater. Yeah,
you're right. That's dangerous.
God, Darren Woodson was a fucking badass. I fucking hated watching him play against the Cowboys or against the Niners. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid roster.
The only player in college history, only defensive player in college history to win the Heisman Trophy.
You know who we forgot at corner?
Who?
Charles Woodson.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Wait, who am I? Wait.
What about Patrick Peterson? Oh fuck! Now I've got
Patrick
all these
Peterson?
names coming into my head. Patrick Peterson is a fucking monster.
Man.
Charles Woodson, I think, was a more dominant corner than Darrell Green. I think I'd put him with Dion.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Patrick Peterson is really fucking good.
He is. Man, he's awesome.
He's
the best corner in the league.
Right now, yes.
Yeah. Like, fuck all this fucking Richard Sherman horse shit.
Yeah, no, Richard Sherman's not that great.
No, he's sorry, dude. He gets toasted all the time.
Exactly.
Man, yeah. I'd go 1-2 Charles Woodson or Patrick Peterson, either one, but Dion's number one.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, he can be. So you got
Nickel.
Nickel. You got Dion and Patrick Peterson, and then Charles Woodson's your nickelback. Holy shit, that's terrifying. He's covering your fucking slot receivers. You're in trouble.
Because he's quick.
Oh, we didn't pick a slot receiver, Wes Welker.
Yes.
I think all-time greatest slot receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be surpassed by the one and only.
Cole Beasley.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
No. Cole's good, but he doesn't play in an offense where it's that dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, if he went to the Patriots, yeah, he would have a good career.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that won't happen. Especially since the guy, I forgot who they fucking drafted. That.
Oh, we only picked one receiver, didn't we?
Yeah.
So Randy Moss is my number 2. Rice and Moss.
Send Moss down the field all day.
Yeah, and run, dude.
Run.
Rice on the post and Moss wherever the fuck he wants to go.
Just deep.
Literally anywhere.
Oh,
And then,
Welker did.
you know, T.O. originally was a slot receiver in San Fran. Jesus Christ, can you imagine those three?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I wouldn't feel confident in the 3 corners we picked against those 3. I'd be like, you're in deep shit.
Sanders against Rice.
You'd want Peterson on T.O. because he's stronger, and then Woodson on Moss. That's how I'd play it.
I wasn't. Oh no, I was going with. Not T.O. I was going with Welker.
Oh, Welker in the slot.
Welker, Moss, and Rice.
Ooh, yeah.
So
putting Welker in the mix there.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, do I want Peterson or Woodson on Welker? I think Peterson's quicker, so I think I may want him on.
Yeah, and I'd want Woodson on Moss either way because he's the smarter of all 3 of those corners.
Yeah.
So he's going to know how to play him.
That'd be a fun battle.
God damn, we should build those teams on Madden
with
and make
Tom
them play.
Brady as the fucking quarterback?
Against Ray Lewis? Man, this is a fucking good matchup. Holy shit. There'd just be fucking no movement. Like, the lines wouldn't move each other. No receivers would get off the ball. It'd just be Barry Sanders making everybody look stupid. There you go. That's how the game ends. Barry takes it. That's your fucking, like, tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Barry Sanders. Because nobody on that defense is going to fuck with him. Like, neither one of those safeties is touching him.
Somehow, Jason Witten's going to get open. That motherfucker somehow does it. He's always open.
Oh, man, yeah.
Don't know how that slow old man does it. He's just tricky, shifty. Think he's going to block, and then suddenly he's 10 yards down the field, and you don't know how he got there.
Yeah.
Dude's so fucking slow.
Yeah, that'd be one hell of a fucking game. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
The all-time game. Huh. It's crazy. Mike Allstott would score the game-winning 1-yard touchdown run.
Oh, forgot special teams.
Oh, well, I mean, your kick returners.
Devin Hester.
Yep, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty easy.
Yep. Your punter needs to be. I think it needs to be.
Who was the guy who was punting for the Cowboys up until recently?
I can't remember right now. That went blank. That's what I was trying to think of.
What the fuck was his name? He was so good.
I know. Can't remember.
Anyways, that guy.
That guy.
He was amazing.
Kicker.
Unless you wanted to say Ray Guy, take it all the way back to like the greatest punter ever, technically. But yeah, why can't I remember that fucking guy's name?
Yeah, can I?
That's annoying.
Yeah. Kicker would have to be Gostkowski.
I'd say probably Morton Anderson. I think he's made more field goals than anybody ever, right? Or scored more. Isn't he the highest scoring?
I think he has the most
player
points
in history
because of all the field goals and extra points. But
if we're talking,
I want the most accurate game winning. Who was kicking for the Patriots all those years?
Well, Vinatieri, but then his last few years he wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't a dead shot.
Yeah, he was getting old.
Gostkowski's been way more accurate than he has statistically. I'd just take Morton Anderson just to play it safe. Okay. Great kicker. Or Jason Elam. Fuck, Jason Elam was so good for those Broncos back in the day. He had the 63-yarder. I might have, maybe I have to go Jason Elam. He was really, really good.
Yeah, so there's our team.
Yeah. I want to build that team on Madden right now and play.
So if we're gonna finish off, we gotta figure out a few more people. We need one more defensive tackle. Probably another linebacker, and then the rest of the line, because we really didn't pick.
Yeah. So, who would be your center? Think Schlereth?
I was thinking that or Snyder.
Yeah. Why can't I remember the name of the guy who was manning center for so long in Indy? Motherfucker. He was so good.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's not coming to me.
Okay. So Allen is one of our guards. Put him at left guard. So who's our right guard? We got Jonathan Ogden. Who else is our tackle? Who's our other tackle? Orlando Pace.
Yeah. I guess you could argue Michael Orr, maybe, but or Tyron. Might take Tyron over Orlando Pace, honestly.
Tyron's so fucking good.
He's a freak show. Speaking of guards, man, I know he hasn't played long, but I think Zach Martin might be the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. That fucking offensive line is ridiculous.
It is not fair.
And if what's his name? It turns out to be really good. The guy who's playing guard now on the other side. I forgot his name. So I think it's like Lionel.
Not McKenzie. Leo Collins.
Leo Collins.
Yeah.
If he turns out good, that's 4 out of your 5.
Yeah.
Could potentially all be Pro Bowl linemen.
Joe Staley out in San Francisco before he left he's a Hall of Fame tackle.
He is.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of Pro Bowl in like Hall of Fame interior linemen you could think of that much.
I mean, Larry Allen stands out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I don't have a ton of names coming to me. It's still bothering me that I can't. Jeff Saturday was the center for Peyton Manning.
It is.
Yes,
he was really good.
Probably go with him. And wasn't Schlereth a guard? Is that right? Or was he center for the Broncos?
He was guard.
Yeah.
He was guard.
So we'll put him in there next to Larry Allen. Okay. Cool. Pretty solid.
So we need to figure out one more defensive tackle. No, wait. We said.
I said Ted
JJ,
Washington.
I'll go with that.
Gilbert.
Godfrey.
Knew you were going to say that. The big motherfucker for the Packers for so long. Oh my God.
Well, how about
The fridge.
Green? No,
Mean Joe.
Mean Joe.
Holy shit!
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there you go.
that's a solid
There you go,
fucking pick. Jesus
JJ
Christ!
and Mean Joe Green. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Yeah. And then let's see other linebackers.
Takeo Spikes.
He was very good.
What's his name? He used to play for the Redskins. Did play for the Redskins at one point. I can't remember. Shit. Justin.
London Fletcher.
London Fletcher's really good.
London Fletcher's amazing.
Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of someone else. Justin. Is it Justin? I think he played for A&M.
Are you thinking of Justin Houston?
No.
He's a D end.
No.
One of the better ones.
No. Fuck, it's gonna drive me insane. I can't remember.
Yeah. Let's see. Ray Lewis, Takeo Spikes, London Fletcher. That's pretty solid.
Yeah. And we already got our secondary.
Pretty formidable team. Oh, well, Derek Thomas, he was a linebacker, but he was always in an 8. He basically played defensive line. He's one of the better linebackers I've ever seen in my life. And then, how am I forgetting this? He's got to be in there, and he's going to have to play probably the weak side, get rid of London Fletcher. Derek Brooks. Derek Brooks, remember for the Buccaneers, that Super Bowl Buccaneers team?
Mm-hmm.
That fucking defense? Yeah, Derek Brooks, I would say, top 5. So
there's the team.
Yeah.
Ridiculous team.
Pretty damn good.
With Bill Belichick head coaching.
Landry or Bill Walsh, I'd say.
Bill Walsh is the offensive coordinator.
That's a good idea.
There you go. Belichick is head coach. Bill Walsh is offensive coordinator. Who's the best?
Dick LeBeau, not Lambeau.
Yeah,
Dick LeBeau.
I was gonna say
think?
no. I was gonna say what's his name? Used to play for the Bears, then coach the Bears.
Ditka.
Ditka be the.
I don't know, because he didn't have the length of the track record that Dick LeBeau had with, a top 10 defense every single year. Lovie Smith put together some remarkable fucking defenses.
With just atrocious offenses, though, could never get him anywhere.
Yeah, he'd be a good candidate for sure. I like Walsh as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, with that team, that offense. Barry Sanders is the running back. Tom Brady's quarterback. Hell yeah. That should be all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, that would be a wild-ass fucking super West Coast offense.
Yes. Especially yes. Tyron would need to be on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Having him lead any kind of short game passing stuff, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
We
a lot
had
of slot receiver pocket screens.
I was saying, we're going to have to get rid of Larry Allen then. He's too big
No,
for
Larry Allen can fucking move. He's so fast.
But not enough. Not for that. Not for a West Coast offense. The way they move the ball around.
Maybe.
He would need to lose a lot of
If
weight.
he shed 20 pounds, he'd be fine.
But yeah.
Who was the other?
Who's coaching Ray Lewis and who's the defense coordinator for whenever they won the Super Bowl in 2001?
Wow, I just went so blank. I can't even remember who the head coach was of that team. I was trying to think of the Nate Newton was the other guard I was thinking of. The Cowboys have had 2 Hall of Fame guards.
Yeah, that's good. Good call.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's gonna piss me off so much when you say it. Who that coach was? Because he's very well known.
I know. I gotta find it. Let's see.
I know Trent Dilfer was the quarterback of that team,
Yeah.
which shows you how
I know,
terrible.
I'm trying to go to
2000.
2000. Head coach Brian Billick.
God damn it!
There you go,
Yes,
Brian Billick. Yes, and he is a good defense. He would be a
Yes.
good defense coordinator.
Brian Billick.
I'm trying to see if he was actually. I mean,
No, wasn't there somebody else who was the D coordinator?
unless I'm seeing who's the he built. Yes, he was the head coach, but still, he would have been all hands in the defense though. Trying to find. I'm just gonna look up DC. No, DC. Baltimore Ravens 2000.
I think that's still the greatest defense of all time, right? Or was that Seahawks defense a few years ago better statistically?
I don't know.
I can't remember if they. I think they allowed fewer points, maybe. But that Ravens team allowed the fewest rushing yards ever, I believe. It was like 55 a game or some stupid shit.
Finally able to find coaching in it. So there's the players. Let's see. The coaching for that team. Head coach was Billick.
Brian Billick.
Yep, that's what I meant. Matt Cavanaugh was offensive coordinator. Let's see. Jack Del Rio was linebackers coach.
Wow.
And he's actually not a bad defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator was Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Of course. God
I'm trying to see
damn
if he's a head coach. Jeff Friday. That sounds like someone who's coached before.
Marvin fucking Lewis. That's right, because that's how he got that fucking Bengals job.
Rex Ryan was the defensive line coach.
Wow.
Mike Smith. I mean, well, that's a kind of
Super common name.
generic name to be the same Mike Smith. Let's see who was on the New York staff that day. Jim Fassel was the head coach.
Yeah, that's right, Jim Fossil. Got
let's
booted.
see. John Fox was the defensive coordinator.
John Fox, also a very good D coordinator.
Let's see. Sean Payton was the offensive
Holy
coordinator.
shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, Sean Payton. And that's it for people that are notable.
That's wild, Sean Payton. Remember, there was some talk that he was going to come to the Cowboys. He would have saved the day around here.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
If it came over whenever he was on his leave. Yeah, because I don't think Jason
Hasn't
Garrett
gone too well in New Orleans since then, though. They
But-
kind of has sucked for a while.
Yeah, but Jason Garrett has gotten lucky.
Yeah,
I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good of a coach, man.
There's something he's doing to motivate these guys to
Yes,
play a certain
he's
way.
doing something that they're winning sometimes. Because I mean, when Tony Romo was out, they didn't win. I think he's winning because he has good players. I don't think he's winning because he's a good coach. Again, it goes back to my argument of when Tom Brady had no wide receivers, yet they were still winning games. It's because Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are good at their job. They win.
But I
no
think,
matter what.
I think he has done a better job of at least establishing a culture for the Cowboys,
Well, he's definitely gotten better. He's gotten better as a coach. I agree.
like increasing accountability and things like that.
But I still don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton would have been good, especially right now. If Sean Payton had him, oh my God, teaching Dak Prescott. Yeah, no Ezekiel Elliott right now for 6 games.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
They'll get
For you.
reduced. They'll get reduced to 2 or 3.
Doesn't sound like it. I think the league's holding pretty firm on that, since they,
He
have no idea how to treat any player in any disciplinary way ever. Such a fucking joke, their whole system. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't make sense to get involved. I mean, I understand that NFL football players are in the spotlight, kind of role models. But it's like, if I had a wife and I was to beat her, I wouldn't get punished at work because of it.
You could. I mean, if you commit a misdemeanor or a felony, they have the right to terminate your employment because you're a representative of their
But
company.
they would have to know, like,
Mhm.
they'd have to get back to them. I guess maybe it's because of the high profile of athletes.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think it's totally fair to kind of regulate some. I mean, spousal abuse is one thing, the marijuana thing, that's fucking horseshit, but like, I'm okay with it. I just, they
But you
need to
never
figure out what
but
their
you-
rules are.
But you never know what's going on. Is it, did he just
Well, here's the problem:
hits
is
his
that
wife
right
or girlfriend,
now,
or
it's
is it
all
just
accusations?
exactly?
That's what's fucking horseshit
Yeah.
about the way they do this.
Exactly.
Like, they're gonna they gave Ray Rice 2 games until the video came out, and then they basically murdered him. I mean, they ended his fucking life,
Mm-hmm.
and now Dak is just being accused.
Zeke.
Sorry,
Yes.
Zeke is just being accused, and he gets 6 games. So if a video comes out, does he never set foot in an NFL stadium again? I mean, just pick a fucking lane, man. Like, and the first part of that should be we need hard evidence that this really happened.
Exactly. That's why he's
Yeah.
appealing it, and that's why I think it'll be reduced.
Yeah, I just think the league's so fucking stuck in this. Like, they're so reactionary in the way that like the mass of our society is right now, where once somebody says you've done something, you did it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you did or what comes out or anything. And when it comes out that you didn't, nobody's apologizing to you.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. They're like, and they just move on to the next person to attack.
Yeah. The NFL doesn't apologize for the suspension.
Yeah. No, they just want to be ahead of getting beat up on Twitter. Like, how could you employ this monster of a Nobody's proven that he's done anything yet.
Yeah.
So how about you shut the hell up and just let us do our due diligence here? And if we figure out he's guilty, yeah, we'll roast him over the coals. No problem.
Yeah, but it's so easy to manipulate that. You can like, oh, I'm just gonna go beat myself up real quick because I know it's gonna cost you. You can't leave
Just
me.
go and pull a Jim Carrey in the bathroom and beat
Yeah.
the fucking shit out of yourself.
Yeah.
You know how easy that would be for some disgruntled wife or girlfriend or something to do, though?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It's easy to ruin their career,
It's insane, man.
especially if you don't have, especially if you do it in your house where there's really no video evidence. You just call the cops then and say you did it. And all you have proof is there is.
That's why if you get in the league, the first money you get, you put cameras everywhere. Yeah, I'm watching you shit. In case you decide to get a wild hair and punch yourself in the nose while you're texting me because I didn't text you back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything's being recorded. Where are the cameras? You don't know. I don't even know. All I know is I get video every week.
I would not. I don't. I see. If I was, I don't know if I could. I think it would be a hermit. I think it'd be the athlete that just like plays football. That's it and goes home. Maybe
Yeah.
fucks hookers.
I wouldn't. I'd just play it like AB. Just go out, hang out in my community, go do fun shit with my kids, like live a normal life, but with $178 million.
Tons of money.
Yeah. Just buy a Bentley every week, like you're going shopping for apples.
I want this one today.
Jesus. One game check, couple Bentleys. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
Lawyers and insurance on that Bentley is expensive.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah.
So.
How many cars do you really need? I think about that.
Well, the older I get, I think about it. Like, how many cars do I actually need if I had a lot of money? It's like, I'd be like, I'd just pay the car if I have and maybe get one toy.
Yep. That's really all I want is, like, I'm going to drive this car for a long time, get out of it. Either I've decided my next daily, if it's not a truck, depending on what my travel situation is with work, then it's going to be a Mercedes E-Class. Now, I know that sounds like an expensive car, but I've actually been doing research, and they're very affordable.
They're like $40,000.
Well, MSRP is like a little over 55, but you can get, right now I was just looking the other day, you can get a 2016 with about 1,800 miles, 42 grand.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's nice.
Yeah.
And it's, what an amazing car for $42,000. So, but then, so I've had that same thought where I'm like, what else would I possibly need?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, a dirt bike would be great, but I don't need a car and a truck and a Jeep. And like, the fuck you going to do with all that?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
I get if
You know
you
what?
have
Okay.
hundreds of millions of dollars, you want to have some variety, like
But
some supercars
But
and
even
shit.
then, I think I would have one nice car, like one, and I may even change it up a little. The truck would be the daily driver.
For sure.
Yeah. I would buy, again, you know me, I always want a Maserati, so I'll probably buy a Maserati as my, all blacked out, just nice. That's my going out car.
Yeah.
And then I would buy like an old fucking Chevy or a Bronco or some shit, put some mud tires on that
Bronco
bitch.
too? Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
God.
Take that bitch off road.
Hell
That's
yeah.
That's what that
yeah,
thing's for.
have a mud-mobile.
Exactly.
See, I do it the other way. I do the truck, car, which would be a Porsche in my case, and then a Razor. It wouldn't even be
the Polaris, the three, yeah.
No, that's a slingshot.
Okay.
My off-road vehicle would be the Polaris Razor.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but you can't do nearly as much as you can in the fucking Bronco.
Yeah, you can. You way more. I'll show you some videos. Way more. They are. They weigh 1,000 pounds and have 144 horsepower.
But
they're fucking ridiculous.
But you can't just drive through the lake because you're sitting 10 feet up in the air.
Yes, I'll show you some videos. I'm telling you, there are national mud bogging competitions in Polaris Razors.
Okay,
where people have them jacked up like sky high. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that though. I want to just go tearing ass through the woods, maybe hit a little mud and shit, climb a hill. I don't want to just drive through the water because, like, how much fun is that really?
I don't know. I wouldn't have that.
To idle through the water and go, hey man, it's cool. We're in the lake. I'd rather be tearing ass 60 miles an hour, missing a tree by 3 inches. Like that's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have some mud tires stuff like that, but nothing that big to just drive through the lake. But yeah, something that I'm just tearing ass through the fucking fields, doing donuts and just like kicking up so much mud you can't see shit.
Yeah. So I
cover the entire interior with mud because you got the windows down. You're like, woohoo, covered head to toe.
It's the best.
Spray it out later.
It's the best when you get behind your buddy's truck to push it out of a big ass, basically swamp, and then as soon as he catches traction and starts spitting mud, it just fucking covers you. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Shit, that's how it goes.
Takes you a week to get the mud out of that little top crevice in your ear.
Oh yeah, so much mud.
How is it still there? Scrubbed it 3 times.
God, so fun. We haven't done shit like that in years. It's because we're adults and we know that shit costs money. When you're kids, you can give a fuck.
That it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like I have such limited time. Like
before
my son goes to sleep, I have 45 spare minutes a day, and that is for working out.
Me too. 45 minutes of mudding. We just got to get a vehicle though.
Yeah. Well, the problem is a place for us to go mudding might be 45 minutes away.
From here, yeah.
Yeah, that's the struggle.
Well, no. Just we have to do what we usually do: trespass.
Yeah, exactly.
We can just
drive
go
into
right over
somebody's
this way.
fucking field.
Yeah, where they're building new developments and stuff. Right, we'll go to the dumpster.
Yeah.
Drive up and down the side.
Where they found a body. That's a good place to drive.
Yeah.
Found a body in there like 2 months ago.
That's probably not the first time they found a body in there.
No, it's the first time I've heard about it.
Yeah. There's plenty of bodies. I bet you there's tons of bodies that ends up in landfills.
Yeah.
Seems like an easy place. Just dump it in a big dumpster and hopefully I think that's the best way to murder someone. If you learn the pickup of garbage, kill them right before the pickup time. Put them in there. That way it ends up in the thing. And it ends up in the landfill. That way it's less likely someone will see it in the garbage.
Yeah, but all the trash in there has to have none of your evidence and DNA on it. Like, you have to wipe down the trash can, put the trash bag in with gloves. Everything you put in with gloves. Then you got to chop up a person and put them in a fucking bag.
No.
That's really difficult to do.
No, you murder them on the streets. Drag them to it. Throw them in there. Throw them in the big ones.
A lot of times things fall out of those big dumpsters onto the ground.
Yeah, you hope that it ends up in there. If you get lucky, you get away with it. If not, then there's an investigation. Don't dump it off near your house.
Well, see, where I live right next to this little forest where all kinds of wild animals live. Just chop them up in 12 pieces and over the fence. Never seen from again.
So you have an animal problem, a coyote problem, because it's there. So
I got guns for coyotes, man. I'm not worried about those motherfuckers.
So,
the bobcat was in the yard the other day.
Did he bring his boombox and chains?
No.
Oh,
and it's a girl.
Okay.
So I did.
Is she looking for a man? Because we know one with boombox and chains up by the lake.
No.
Got a lake place.
No. I did something.
Living with the ghost of some bitch that died on the island.
That's right. What was her name?
I don't remember.
Shirley? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Sandy.
I think it started with
Sandy
S.
Rivers.
Oh boy, those trips to the lake were great. Camping out. Remember the one time it started raining really bad? As we were on there, we were trying to just...
Yeah, we're trying not to get fucking struck by lightning when we're on the boat.
And we were struggling to ferry everyone back and forth because the waves are so bad.
That was... So the guy who owns the boat, the first time, like, he's never scared of anything on the water, never nervous about anything. Like, the moment I realized we were in some shit was when he turned around and he goes, put on a life jacket. Like, dead serious, put on a life jacket right now. And I was like, oh, we're going to die.
No, it's
Guy
just,
who's been on the lake his entire life. And he's
it's just because the waves are pretty bad, that day. So it's like, and you're in a little boat. Easily
that was his old boat, the smaller one.
Exactly. It wasn't his new boat. So it could easily capsize.
Yeah.
So you definitely would be able to get out of there.
Good times.
Yeah. Yeah, it was his really old boat. I didn't think it was old as fuck.
Yeah. It was a 1987 Chaparral.
But it was so fun. We had a good time.
Yep.
Sitting out there shooting off fireworks.
It's the best.
Starting fires on the island.
I went out to my dad's new house today.
Okay.
Fucking sweet.
Really? It's nice.
It's got me wanting to get the fuck out of this house. Like, immediately.
Yes, but he's older than
tomorrow. You want to buy a house?
I mean, you can offer me a decent deal as a buddy.
I will offer you fair market value. Yes.
Let's talk.
Only 50 grand more than I paid.
I mean, we can talk afterwards how much what the market value on this place
Okay.
is.
All right.
This is
If
nice.
you got a fat down payment, you can probably get in here for not too bad. Actually, it wouldn't even take that much. Our down payment wasn't huge, and our mortgage is fine. So, yeah, the house is fucking sweet. And he's got this ridiculous outdoor kitchen.
I think it's the only thing I have an issue with is the backyard. I don't like
It's
the
too
backyard.
fucking much.
No, it's not that's too much. I don't like its setup because of the whole stair step.
Split level thing? Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't either.
I would probably tear that down.
Well, that retaining wall is pretty helpful when it comes to keeping water away from the house. Because you've got all that extra soil that can soak in all that shit. And then it has to go through that retaining wall. And then there's drains built into those flower beds that go out to the side of the yard. So it's pretty helpful as far as keeping water away from the house.
I'd probably just level it out.
Sure.
Or maybe slope it back the other way.
Okay.
That's a lot of dirt
Just
to get
have
rid
it
of.
step up and then slope back down.
No, I mean like get rid of it and slope it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here. Yeah, the house is fucking sweet. And it's brand new, and the way it's laid out's great. And I want to build a new house. So, I did something interesting about a week ago that I am hoping is going to turn out to be a very good decision in the next, potentially 3 to 7 years.
Did you do that investment thing you were talking about last time?
What did I talk about?
I don't know. You were talking about there was some small investment group thing.
Oh, like the seed investing thing? No. So I bought some digital currency, some cryptocurrency. I bought some Bitcoin and some Ethereum.
Really?
Yep. I bought... Now, here's the cool thing about these digital currencies is you don't have to buy a full unit. So you don't have to buy a Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, for instance, right now is at $4,000 and $4,034.29 for one Bitcoin, right? So you can just buy itty-bitty little pieces of a Bitcoin or tiny little pieces of an Ethereum. So since I bought Bitcoin 5 days ago, it has gone up almost $600 for one unit. In the last hour, it has gone up $66 for one single Bitcoin. So far, it was a good decision. The Ethereum, it's kind of been up and down, actually. It's down right now. It's down today a lot. It's down $20 today. But I own so little. I mean, I've put in less than $200. I'm just kind of feeling it out, seeing what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been reading up, man, and, this shit is so ridiculously volatile because it's so hit and miss. A lot of the interesting thing that people are starting to get behind it is banks are starting to invest in it. And the reason I put more in Ethereum than Bitcoin is because more banks are investing in Ethereum right now than Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been reading articles, and there have been projections Bitcoin's at, when the article was written a month ago, Bitcoin might have been $2,800. People are projecting by 2020 Some people I've said it might be $30,000 to $40,000 for one. I read an article the other day from a guy who predicted pretty accurately where the price would be today, who thinks it's going to be 500 grand for one Bitcoin in 2022.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't read that far into the article, and I don't understand it that well.
It seems like the market will bust on these. It's a digital currency that seems like it'll get overinflated.
Well, but the thing about Bitcoin, which is why I'm not going to put a lot of money into it, is because there are a limited number they can create. I think the number is 21 million or billion that they can create, and then they just run out. So, actually, no, that's counterintuitive. That would mean that they'll become more valuable if there are a limited number of them. So I'm going to put in, like, say a total of $500 between the two, and just sit for a long time and just see what happens. And if 5 years from now they've grown 1,000, 10,000%, and I make, I'd only make 10 or 15 or something grand, but it'd be like, cool. And if I lose $500, okay. It's like, well,
it's cheaper than going to Vegas.
Sure. I mean, what's the real risk? Like, I'm just trying it out, testing it out, and I buy it through this website. It's a badass website. It's called Coinbase. Real easy to sign up, real easy to link your accounts and all that kind of stuff. And then they've got an app as well, so I can buy and sell on here and view how it's doing. It's really cool. I check it all the time because these prices fluctuate like literally by the minute sometimes. But man, I tell you what, I'm really mad at myself because when I first heard about Bitcoin, I didn't really think it would make any sense. And it was so fucking cheap. Like, the initial buy was like 99 cents. And now it's $4,000. So if you put in like a grand when it was 99 cents, I mean, there are people who have made millions of dollars on this. Like, people who have retired off of this, who might have put in like 10 grand when it was 99 cents a piece. And now it's $4,000. And I mean, just like, buying some boats. See you later. I'm gone. And so that's why I'm trying to get on like this Litecoin stuff. Litecoin's another one that's on here. I don't know much about it, and it's kind of really inconsistent. But the Ethereum, most people are projecting is going to bypass Bitcoin by the end of next year. So it could be one that if I put in a couple $100 now, it could turn into some decent money. And I'll just grab the money and throw it into like a 401k. I'll just put it into a normal money account or something, but or invest it in a real stock. But I don't know. It's kind of fun to play with.
I don't know. You got me thinking. Maybe if I just take, $500-600.
Yeah, just a small. I mean, even $100 right now, and you can buy 0.01 or whatever Bitcoins, however much that would be.
I think I would go with the other one, Ethereum.
Yeah,
I feel like that one will go more.
It's cheaper right now. It's about $300 for a single unit. So I don't, like I said, I was just dabbling around.
So maybe I'll buy 2 units.
Yeah, my initial buy was like, I think I put $50 in each one, and then held the Bitcoin. And this is 5 days ago. I'm at $57. And then the Ethereum, I think my total investment to this point was, I want to say 120, and I'm at 117. So I'm down, but like, it was 5 days ago. I'm not really worried about it. 2 days ago I was at like 130. It's kind of all over the place. So yeah, it's really interesting.
But yeah, if I bought 2 of them today at 300, what's Bitcoin at right now?
As of right now, $4,024.
So $4,000, and they're assuming it's going to pass it by the end of the year. So let's just say $5,000. So that's 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
If I just sold it at the end of the year, holy shit.
Yeah.
Just an extra 10 grand. God, if I had an extra 10 grand.
2 chicks at the same time. Yeah, it's really interesting.
I totally could make that happen with 10 grand.
So,
man, you don't need $1 million to make 2 chicks at the same time. Buy 2 for, I don't know, $1,000. I bet I can make that happen. 2 $500 hookers.
Oh, I didn't know this is how it would let me do it. I can scroll through the entire history of. Anyways, so since Bitcoin basically was introduced, the price has gone up by $4,011.
Jesus Christ.
So, whatever that fucking percentage is, it's a fuckload. So there have been people, you know, that have made sickening amounts of fucking money on it. And I was like, I'm not ever going to think that this is some way to get rich, but if I can make an extra $10,000 or $20,000, like, more than okay. And if it means I lose 500 or 1,000, fine.
I totally. If let's say if it worked out and I bought 2 of the Ethereums, they went to 5,000 each. I sold them at some of them made $10,000. I think I would take half of that and reinvest into something else.
Sure.
And try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe even a quarter of that, just to invest in something else and try it.
Yeah, I mean that's how that stuff works.
Yeah.
That's how investing works. I want to get into actually dealing with like real stocks, but I have
no clue.
I have no fucking clue. So I'm using this as kind of like a
test.
Testing point. And then there's an app I keep reading about on our investing, and I forget Robinhood. And I think on that app you can do like simulated trading, where you can basically pretend, but you're not really, you know. I think you can do that.
You can like say like, oh, I want to buy
500 of this or whatever. Yeah,
$10,000 worth of this, and see what happens.
Yeah.
For the next couple of days, and go, well, that's it. See, I would have.
Dude, sometimes I'll sit there and do the math on what these people made, like on Amazon and Netflix and Apple, and it's just. I mean, I was reading in one of the threads on our investing today that a guy put. I think he said in 2004 he bought 10 grand in Apple, Amazon, and I want to say it was Netflix or some other company, but 3 companies that have since just fucking exploded. And he was like, and I retired at 38. And I was like, go fuck yourself. It was something like that, 10 or 20 grand in each one. And I was just like, because Amazon alone, dude, it's gone up 900 or something dollars a share.
We've gone over that whole thing.
Oh, motherfucker. Yeah.
But it's like, man, how do you see? We got to think, what's the next big thing? The problem is, I think right now, I think that the whole cutting the cable loose thing is getting ready to end. The whole streaming service thing.
How's that?
Because more and more broadcast companies are creating their own and pulling their stuff from things like Netflix and Hulu and creating their own. So if you have can you imagine paying $5 a month for
all you're going to see is a ton of networks disappear. And then people are going to start pirating that shit.
Exactly. But that's the thing. It's going to kill the service, though. If not everyone is only, if there's only people investing, if people are only watching Netflix and Hulu and a few others just for their streaming services, and they get like tons of content just to keep them happy enough where they don't feel like they need to pirate stuff, they're going to be good. That's, 10, let's say they have 3 apps, $15 a month.
Well, if the market becomes that limited, though, then Netflix will jump up to like $20, $25 a month. But still.
But if Netflix jumps up to $20, $25 a month, why are you going to pay for that much if you're not watching the shows that are on TV? Because you have to pay $5 to go watch USA.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I think people most likely would choose one or the other. Like if ABC, Fox, CBS, and NBC all backed out of PSView right now, I mean, I don't know how much it would affect me. But if HBO and Showtime did, I'd be like, well, I need to follow them, So, or FX. If FX pulled out, I'd be fucked.
But it's like this though. Those are major networks where a lot of major TV goes on. If they all create their own app and pull all their video from Hulu and Netflix,
I think that's too much infrastructure for them to invest in, isn't it? All the people to manage it, all the servers.
They're all going to it because they see the popularity of streaming services.
Disney is. Who else is?
They all already have their own apps.
They have apps, but they're not paid, or they're paid. They're paid for by advertising, or it's limited content, things like that.
But they'll start to,
It could be. I mean, that's the great thing about having PSView is I can, if that becomes a need that I need to cancel it, I just cancel it.
Especially especially if Disney's works out. If Disney's, since they're the first ones now going into the full streaming their own content, especially with the amount of properties they own.
Yeah.
Major franchises.
ESPN and ABC.
Yeah. You're gonna start to lose a lot of content being lost.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
And if a lot of people start to pay for it, the other broadcast companies will see that and start to make chargeable versions of their stuff.
Yeah.
And you can end up losing it all.
So then the company to invest in is whoever's going to be the next major broadband provider. Whoever's going to dethrone Spectrum or AT&T. Because that's where the money is.
God,
I need the best internet so I can watch these shows.
I really wish Google would have stuck with it.
Yeah. No.
Because Verizon's not going to. Verizon doesn't seem to be expanding their market nearly as much.
No, they're focused on cellular only for the most part. So, can't say I blame them. So
it'd be Spectrum probably. As much as they fucking suck, and they're gonna have the biggest network.
Yeah.
This can be so fucking expensive.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to. I want to figure out who that company is.
I mean,
that's like
I guess
$5 a share.
It could
right
be
now,
AT&T. It could
later.
be AT&T with the whole joining with DirecTV. They're trying to get it. They're trying to get their television stuff together with their internet, and maybe that's the way they're gonna go. Well, no, if they're buying Dish, they're not thinking about infrastructure they have to place for landlines and things like that. So no, who knows?
I think in 10 years, if anything, the only hardwired service we're going to have is internet.
Yeah.
I think possibly in 10 years, though, that may not even, in major cities, may not even matter.
I would think more rural areas than major cities. Major cities require a lot. That's a lot of data being transferred.
Wirelessly?
Mm-hmm. Think about it. Every time you go to a sporting event, how much it fucking sucks.
Yeah, but I was just reading today about fucking Wi-Fi boosting light bulbs.
Oh.
That are coming out that basically work as almost like WAPs, basically.
RF extenders and things like that, yeah.
So I don't think we're that far off. I mean, if they can, the same way a Wi-Fi booster would work, where it grabs that signal and fucking pushes it out. 10 years from now, shit, may not be a huge deal.
May not have TV at all. We just have implants in our brains.
I watched that Black Mirror episode. That was too fucking much, man. It was, God, those people were stupid.
Yeah, because they didn't have to think anymore.
Oh.
They just watch shit over again.
They would just hang out with each other and watch replays of their day.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And totally.
But it was fucked up, though. That
totally overanalyze their shit.
Yeah. The fact that he found that one little image in the replay and figured out that she was in their bedroom and shit. I was like, you can't miss anything with this shit.
Yeah, you can't do shit. Because any little detail. And see that. It's like, I hate that fucking painting.
Yeah,
and then to fall into the depression he was in, to where just you lived the happiest moments of your life, you stop eating, you just comatose, just watching the happy stuff. Plenty of people would do that.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
They weren't even fucking. They're watching their videos of them fucking. He was just in her, I think.
Weird.
Do you remember that part? Where they're having sex?
Yes. Yeah,
where they're just both like this?
Yeah. And they were just... I thought... My takeaway from that is that they were replaying memories of other people, probably.
But that was definitely her fucking him. Now, I always assumed that she was watching a video of herself fucking the other dude.
Yeah. I thought they were both... my takeaway was they were both watching videos of other people.
No, he was watching... That was her on top of him in his video.
Okay. Yeah.
We just never saw hers. Strange. I'm assuming she was watching the other dudes.
Right. Yeah.
Man, that was messed up.
Yes. Count me out. If that shit shows up in our lifetime, just go ahead and send me on my merry way. Put one in me. Like, I got to see the shit that was super cool until we fell off, and now I'm out of here. Goodbye.
I wonder what... I wonder if I really want to see my old life. Do I want to see some of the stupid mistakes I really made?
Sure, yeah, you'd laugh at it. Yeah, I'm sure you would, but how productive is that for you to just sit there and catalog through that shit?
Does it count as pedophilia if you're watching your old self fuck when you were younger?
I don't know. Who's going to stop you?
I mean, you're watching essentially a little girl have sex because you were having sex with her. Is that pedophilia then?
I don't know, man.
I
don't want to know.
I just thought about it. That just keeps him. It's like, man, if I just go back watching all my
old sex tapes.
It'd be like there would be a point in time where I'm watching an underage girl
Yeah,
have
so
sex.
what I guarantee this is a situation that's happened, that some like dumbass set of 15-year-olds has like recorded themselves having sex.
Mm-hmm.
If one of them gets caught with that, do they have child porn technically?
Yes.
They do, right? Because
Yeah.
aren't they getting in trouble for like sexting each other and shit like that?
Yeah, and sending nude pictures of each other.
I think that's kind of fucked up.
Dude, don't you remember like in our health class and like when they had those talks, like we could get in trouble, like boys specifically would definitely get in trouble for having sex with another girl if we were caught because we both were underage but still was having sex with an underage person.
Yeah, I remember getting booted out of one of those talks, and this really fucking made me mad. I think I brought this up
We were
on a recent episode.
We were in an assembly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with like a lady there talking. Yes, I remember
I brought
that.
this up on a recent episode where I got really drunk and woke up with a girl basically about to have sex with me. You remember me telling you that?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I brought up that question, because she was talking about rape, and I was like, I raised my hand. I was like, well, what if a girl rapes a guy? And she's like, that's not funny. And I was like, I know. What happens? Like, what are the rules? And she's like, well, how would that happen? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why does it just have to be one-sided?
Mm-hmm.
These things happen, man, where girls take advantage of guys, too.
Yeah.
It's way less common, but it fucking happens.
Yeah, because, I mean, guys
the
would
same
have
way
sex,
that women beat men sometimes.
Yeah.
And I brought it up because of that instance, and she fucking kicked me out of there.
Did you say, you should have just said, I got drunk, she got on top of me, and I was getting ready to have sex with me.
Really want to bring it up with, like, both the girls, like, near me, and I mean, they both would have fucking known I was calling them out, but I went in the principal's office and I basically, because I had such a good relationship with him, I just started yelling about it. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous, man. Like, I brought up a legit topic, and he was like, yeah, no, you were totally within your rights to ask that question. So he's like, I'll talk to that lady after, whatever. I don't know if he did, but yeah, that was fucked up. She's like, do you think this is funny time? I was like, what? What in the fuck?
Because I bet she's had questions like that from kids trying to be funny. You know?
I guess, man. There are
but it totally can happen because there's plenty of times when I get an erection, I don't want an erection.
Yeah.
Happens.
But there are plenty of instances where guys have been taken advantage of and mistreated by girls or by other guys in high school. And, like, where are they supposed to go?
Exactly.
I mean, who do they talk to? You know?
Well, they tell their buddies the story and then we all laugh at it because it happened.
Yeah. That would have fucked up a lot of stuff if that girl and I had ended up having sex without me even, like, really being aware of what was going on. Who knows, man? Could have gotten her pregnant, could have gotten an STD.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. You never know where that can go.
Could have fucked up your life.
Yeah, especially with the girl it was, like having a baby with her.
I don't know who you're talking about. Who you talking about?
I'll tell you, yeah.
Offline. So what do we got to talk about offline? Like chick you fucked? The video you want to show me or something? There was something.
The situation I needed to tell you about?
Okay,
yes. Yes.
And there was another video. There was a video I needed to look up and watch. I don't remember now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to show you those Polaris Razor videos.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Our homework after this is over.
Yes. Well, I don't really have much, man. I've had, like, literally, I think the first time I thought about what I might want to talk about tonight was at about 7:15, and you got here at 7:21. Because my week has just been bonkers on a whole different level.
Well, the problem is, again, we talk every week, and really, we both work a lot, so it's like, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot to talk about. Some I can't talk on here, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's plenty of stuff we want to talk to each other about.
Yes.
But it's like, what do you talk about? Like, I mean, yeah, we can talk
Well,
about
I don't know.
Disney's.
I don't really feel like I want to get into the Virginia thing other than to say it's fucking madness.
Mhm.
Like, I have so many thoughts that it's almost too much to get into.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's all the all around best encompassing word is that it's fucking sad. Like from every aspect, from every person, it's all of it is sad. It sucks. And I don't want to like dive into all the different meanings. And my only thing is, I wish we would stop calling these guys Nazis. They're not, man. Call them white nationalists or something like that. But let's not overstate what they're doing. I mean, Nazis, that's a different class of true evil. And that was a very distinct group with a pretty fucking hard agenda. Yeah. So let's calm down. Yeah. Because I remember that video you were watching right before you started. The guy screamed out, "That Nazi just drove his car into the crowd." And I'm like, hey, man, that guy's not a member of the fucking Nazi party. He's just an asshole. There's a difference.
He just happened to be white and an asshole.
The two go hand in hand, but one does not equal the other. Like, you can be an asshole and not be a Nazi. Can you be a Nazi and not be an asshole? Probably not. But let's tone that shit down like 20 notches. This hard classification of people is like, that's exactly what that person is. Yeah. I hate that shit.
It would be like classifying every black person as a gangbanger.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like, no.
It's like, you see a Mexican, be like, did you see that roofer? Did you see that roofer?
You see that gardener over there? Yeah.
Hey, gardener.
Hey. Exactly. That's what it be. It's stereotyping people. It's profiling everyone based on...
It also downplays the significance of what that word actually means.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it takes the heat off the word. And it overplays the seriousness of, like, not what that guy did, but what that group of people was out there doing. It overstates. I mean, it's just a bunch of fucking dumb idiots saying some stupid shit. It's not like they were going to go gas a bunch of Jews. Like, we're talking about two different things, man. So can we learn how to separate those?
Being assholes and ignorant fucks.
Yeah.
Versus committing war crimes.
Yeah. Genocide.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Like murdering babies. Yeah. Those are two different conversations.
Yes. Running over a crowd, yes, dick move. That's fucked up. That's terrible. Man. Should be definitely in jail for that shit. And since it's Virginia, I want to say they have death penalty.
I think it's still the electric chair.
So most likely, still it will be on death row because it is. One person is confirmed dead. So there you go.
And it's attempted homicide of everybody there. So how many counts is that? How many people were actually in the crowd? Fuck, 200.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that drives me crazy, though, I guess we're going to talk about this now. That drives me crazy in those situations, and I saw it on so many of these videos. First, why are there so many videos of this? Because nobody's fucking paying attention. They're all focused on recording everything they're doing. Like, one of the videos I saw was literally just a woman walking down the street, like, in selfie mode. And she didn't know the car was there until it hit the car next to her. That's how little attention she was paying. The second thing is, when that happens, these people keep filming instead of helping.
Yeah, lots of people were running away or still filming stuff and not doing anything.
The one thing I was like, at first I was like, why are they running away? And then I was like, oh, they probably think there might be a bomb in the car.
Bomb more, they can get out with guns.
Sure. I was like, running away, I can get the fear of the panic in that moment, but just standing there fucking recording it, there are people dying in front of you, bleeding, broken arms, legs, kids hurt. And you're going to record it and not fucking help. Just put away your fucking phone for a second. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, all they were doing is just
you think there. I've got to get this exclusive footage to upload to my Facebook and what? Like, if you're not a journalist and you're not getting paid to be there.
Get them likes.
Motherfucker, man. Like, help somebody. Put down your stupid fucking phone. It's fascinating.
Yeah, there was a few people, because that's what I was looking for when I was watching that video.
How many people were recording?
No.
Or how many people were helping?
How many people ran to help?
And
there was very few people I saw take off towards the action to help.
I saw a lot of people try to chase down the car, which was really nice to see.
Well, that was kind of dumb. Like, what are you going to do? He'll just run you over, too.
No, I would have. That's probably where I would have gone. I'm always going to go after the villain. So I probably would have booked it after that car.
Nah, I would immediately...
But I'd also be strapped, so I'd be like, well, if he draws on me, he's going to fucking die.
I immediately would have started helping everyone there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have
maybe making field tourniquets as quick as possible. Because blood loss is going to be the major thing that's going to happen there that people will die from.
Yeah, I had an instance. When was that? It was the 4th of July, we have a big parade here in town, and we took my son there because parades are cool. And this was frustrating, but they had a bunch of horses that were part of the parade, right? They had like 40 horses in this parking lot. And when we got there, they were waiting for 20 minutes after we showed up. Who knows how long? They just had this big group of horses standing around, tons of people, cars, noise, all this shit. Well, there's this woman on there, and why people don't take wearing helmets seriously, like riding. I saw a kid riding a bicycle down the street yesterday in my neighborhood, 6 years old, loses his control, starts speed walking, and literally dives in front of a car, no helmet on. Luckily, the car was paying attention, stopped, the kid fell off his bike in front of the car, nobody died. Why is he not wearing a helmet? This lady's riding on a horse with a 4-year-old girl sitting in front of her. Neither one of them's wearing a helmet. Well, something spooks the horse. The horse stands up, I mean, fucking vertical. And this lady falls off. The girl falls off. The horse then falls on both of them. I witnessed this 10 feet away from me. Guess what I did?
What?
Pulled out my phone and started. No, I fucking ran over there and helped them. I was like, holy shit. I my wife was in shock. She was just staring. And I yelled at her. I go, hey. And I handed her the baby, and she was like, what? And then I ran over there to help. I was like, you think I got to get this on fucking Instagram?
Yeah.
No, a horse just fell on a woman. Who gives a fuck about recording this? Like, also, there's a child here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Some people can't. There was a... God. At my parents' old house, we were redoing the fence, and the neighbors had a big, aggressive dog. I was helping my dad load some stuff in the truck, and all I hear was growling and my mom scream, and I fucking booked it. Like, my dad didn't know what was going on because I took off to go find out what was going on because I heard my mom screaming, a big dog growling and doing something.
Yeah.
And that's whenever he attacked my parents' Pomeranian, nearly killed him.
Yeah.
Like, I went, immediate reaction was to run after whatever that was.
Yeah.
It was not to, I didn't go, what the hell was that? Or something. I was in the back of the truck and I just jumped off and took off.
Yeah, I don't get that reaction of like
Some
watching
people,
two people fight and you want to record. I mean, stop the fucking fight.
Some
how
people
ridiculous.
Some people are ignorant. Not everyone's gonna go run to the danger and try to stop it.
Run into the danger, but why the impulse to document it? Like, what are you doing that's benefiting this situation?
Huh. Well, I'm gonna put it on video. That's it. They don't give a fuck. They want to watch it. Our society's become
They want to go back and watch that they were doing this.
No, they want to put it. They want to put it on. They want to put it on YouTube and go, look at what I got. Yeah, look at this fight. Look at these two people
on my non-monetized fucking channel. What's the benefit for anybody? And I mean, and you know, it's
because you look fucking cool. Because you know your friends. Hey, go look at my YouTube, man. Look at this video I got of these two bums fighting.
It's the same bum fights.
But that's it. Like some people do that. That's where society's become a bunch of voyeurs who want to watch people do stuff instead of actually
that whole
living your life or stopping things.
Yeah, that whole mentality is really bugging me. Like I was listening to the radio for the first time in so long today because we were in my wife's car driving out to my dad's house, and she has her audiobook, and she was like, I don't want to listen to it right now, just turn on the radio. So I turned on NPR, and it was Ask Me Another, which I love that show. And like during the little breaks, they would have like news flashes or, you know, little news stories. Every one of them was something horrific, some terrible, some kind of some gang-run slave ring in New York City or something where they were using immigrants or some shit for slaves or Jews or some race they hated. Can't remember. It was like all kinds of shit like that. And I was like, this is why I don't listen to the radio or watch the news or like, there's nothing positive coming into my fucking head right now on a day when I'm in a perfectly good mood.
Yeah, nothing but hating just the worst things of humanity.
I can't take it. I was just like, you know what? I just turned it off. She's like, what? I was like, I don't want to fucking hear this shit. I'll turn it back on in a few minutes when the fun trivia show is back on, you know, where they're making jokes and singing to each other, having a jolly old time. Ugh, I hate it. And it's like that's the other thing is that's all anybody's even looking for to report about because they know that's what's going to get attention.
Yeah.
They're not looking for positive stories, period. So,
very few positive stories is what makes it through.
Well, maybe that should be the new direction for us as we We find the positive stories and we talk about them. Nothing but uplifting shit. Like a kitten crawled its way out of a mud pit or
All right.
something.
Well, we can say that I read something positive today.
What was that?
As much as we both hate this guy because he's a fucking douche. Well, I hate him. I don't know about you. And his shitty restaurants. Guy Fieri.
He's one of my favorite fucking people in the world. I love him.
He's a fucking.
He's got a new show coming out.
He's like a fucking douche. But I love Diners, Drive-In Dives because he finds fucking great food.
Yes.
But every single episode he does, he invites the family and the child of a Make-A-Wish Foundation to that location that they're filming and feeds them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's uplifting. That's something
He's
good.
a genuinely good guy.
I know. I just don't like him.
And he's a good dad.
I don't like the way he looks. And
Guy's Big Bite is awesome.
He just looks like a douche. I fucking
yes,
hate him.
he looks like a doofus. But
hate
that's his thing.
I hate him. He's so goofy. I just can't.
You can hate the way I hate the way he looks.
Yes.
But he's a great dude, and his shows are entertaining. Guys Grocery Games is the shit.
I don't. It's not that I don't. I don't hate him as a person. I just think he looks like a fucking goofy douche.
Yeah.
And I can't stand the way he talks sometimes. It's so fucking annoying.
I get that.
But his places he picks for food.
His dad jokes are like level 100 though. He makes some killer dad jokes, which I appreciate.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. It's good to hear stuff like that.
And you flay.
You never get to hear like that those people are. You just assume that a guy like Guy Fieri, who probably, modestly makes $15 million a year, is just sitting in his big fat mansion, doing coke off a hooker's ass. But then you learn he's just he's just a good guy, likes to give back. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like those are the kinds of things that people need to hear about. But you never do, because what would get way more fucking show is if he hit his wife. Yeah. People would be all over him. He'd be kicked off Food Network for good. And if somebody even said, like, if I just called some TMZ and was like, hey, Guy Fieri beats his wife and da-da-da-da, I'd be like, this is real news and this is fact, and now he's fired and lost everything. Like, that would happen. Ridiculous. So if you hate him that much, make that phone call.
No, I don't hate him that much. I just hate the way he looks.
That's okay.
It's annoying.
He probably hates the way you look, too.
Probably. Because I could easily pull off his look real quick. I just got to...
You should do that for Halloween. Do you have all your old like leather wristbands and shit from your Jinko jeans days?
I never wore that. I mean, I wore Jinkos, but not leather.
Some studded leather bracelets?
No, I don't have any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah, you need some. Sweet. Nice bowling shirt.
I haven't worn any of that shit.
I love a good bowling shirt.
I grew up. Stopped wearing that shit.
Oh, man.
Stop painting my fingernails,
Yeah.
Stop doing all that stuff. Stop wearing makeup.
I admitted to my wife that I one time shaved my legs when I was in middle school. Because somebody told me I'd be able to run faster at a track meet, which, most definitely not the case.
Yeah, not that much wind resistance.
Just made my legs have rashes on them.
Yeah, oof. I've done that once before, shaved my legs. I did not like that.
I cut up my ankles quite a bit when I was doing it. I got real bony ankles. Yours are pretty well padded.
Yeah, I got some meat on my ankles and on my legs. I'm okay.
Oh, man. All right, well.
Time to wrap it up?
I think so, man. It's been an adventure.
Yep. So let's come up with more positivity in our episodes.
The positivity cast coming at you next time. We'll definitely make a point to find some uplifting and fun stories on the internet instead of all this negative, hateful shit. Can't stand it. Yep. And then a few weeks from now, we've got the most positive thing happening, watching Conor McGregor beat the living fuck out of Floyd Mayweather. Oh, I watched a great interview that he did with Ariel Helwani today. He might be one of my favorite people now. I have flipped the script
Conor
on
McGregor,
that.
really?
Dude. Yes. I love him.
Finally.
He's so great.
He is.
He's such a good guy.
He is, but he's a cocky asshole, but
he's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Like, he started welling up talking about his son and like all these amazing things, and he was so grateful to his team. And it was a brilliant interview.
You gotta
watch it.
He knows how to put on a show.
Yes. And have you seen? You haven't seen any of the leaked footage of him beating the piss out of Paulie Malignaggi? All right, we got to add that to the videos list. Luckily, it's only 25 seconds worth of videos.
But I don't. Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait for that. That's going to be so exciting. I'll get another red light ticket on the way home from your house, which is great. and definitely your fault. You should pay me back for that.
No, because I'm gonna pay for the fight, and that thing's like $100-something bucks.
And the fight costs more than the ticket.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So 24 done, over, out.
Yep.
What's Next Pod? Gmail. What's Next Pod? YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Twitch.
Nope, doesn't exist. Done.
What? We got Twitch. We just haven't done anything. We got to
You know
figure
what
out
we
something.
should do is live stream on Twitch
Podcast?
during the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd
Like
be good.
that.
We can set that up.
Okay.
It should be really easy to do, actually. We've
Well,
got
through-
all the equipment
yeah.
here to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, that's the plan. For the McGregor-Mayweather fight, we'll be live streaming on Twitch. That was an easy contract negotiation. So, feedback, questions, topics, videos, anything, hit us up. And that's all I got.
Yep.
Bye.